Welcome to the bullshit.
Yeah, welcome to our show.
Wait, we're supposed to call it the Breakroom. It's like the thing.
Welcome to the Breakroom.
Welcome to the Breakroom.
Wait a minute, I never thought about that.
Yeah, it's like our recording studio is called the Breakroom.
We're like walking them to the Breakroom.
Yeah, we spent all this money on the recording studio. We might as well give it a name.
You don't understand. Like the name of the show is Breakroom Bullshit, and we're walking them to the Breakroom, which is a place. That's genius.
Yeah.
Is that why we called it this?
Oh my god.
Is that why we called it this?
We can say we hope you're enjoying your break. That's our tagline. Because they're on break, that's why they're in the break room.
Yeah.
Welcome to the break room. We hope you're enjoying your break.
It sounds like we should make each episode a half hour long then. Otherwise, they're not going to listen to the whole thing.
Wait.
They only get one break throughout the entire week.
Well,
1 half hour long break, and that's it.
Wait, can't they split it up in between different days?
I already addressed that.
Oh.
I just told you they only get one break for the whole week.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you fucker. I was like, I fucked up. I better address this before Gable has the chance. All right. Welcome to our Breakroom Bullshit Show. We're going to be going over a bunch of news this week. We got some Marvel news as usual. We're going to talk about some release dates Disney's announcing and whatnot. Not a lot of good stuff. So, there's that to not look forward to. Then we have this week's real bullshit. We're going to be covering, oh shit. What's some of the stuff we're going to be covering? Just go, what are some of the things you're looking forward to with this week's real bullshit? Some stuff you've watched. Give a little hint. Some
stuff I watched. I can't even fucking remember what it is right now.
Well, I can tell you this. We are going to be going over at BJ Mendelssohn's comic that he asked us to review on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. We'll go over some of that. We'll go over some of... let's see. I've been reading some Moon Knight.
It's like
I watched some...
It's like you're over the moon.
I watched some stuff.
Yeah, dude,
I watched some stuff.
You watched some stuff.
Wait, what did I watch? I just watched a movie with Ashley the other night. What did I watch?
Don't forget there's something you wanted to tell me.
Didn't I tell you what I watched the other night? I feel like I did.
You watched Clerks.
I did watch Clerks. I always watch Clerks, though. That's not fair.
You're going to be mean about it. Don't forget this week's real bullshit. You're gonna talk about a place. Remember?
Oh, Superstore. We watched Superstore. That's what we watched the other night.
Is this the place you're gonna talk about?
No, that's the name of the show that I watched. Although I coincidentally am also talking about a store that you guys should check out.
Oh, because
but you'll find out later.
Or ironically, if you want to say it wrong, I'm ironically talking about a store too.
I'm ironically going to move on to ask you how your week was.
It was okay.
Excellent. Mine was also okay. All right.
Yeah, we like the small talk here.
Dave's falling asleep over here.
I'm fine. We like the small talk here.
You're playing the Gable part this week.
We like the small talk in the break room. I found out I was at my mom's earlier today and I saw a shopping cart and I was like, oh, good. Maybe it won't be as bad when
yeah, the shopping cart fiasco.
Yeah, and it was weird. I went there because when you go to my mom's, you got to dial the number for her apartment for it to let you open the door. Mm-hmm. So whenever I do that, there's these two guys walking with a cart, and me and my cousin were going in. And these two guys are walking with a cart.
Is it the Usos?
No, it wasn't the Usos. They're on lockdown. There's these two guys walking with a cart, and they just open the door with their key. I was like, all right, there you go. A lot easier than I thought. And then we go over to the elevator and we get in, and it's time for some awkward conversation with these two guys I don't know. And my cousin and Brandon's already awkward, so it's fine. So we get in there, and he's like, well, isn't it just strange how whenever you get in the elevator, the last person is always the last person out, too, so they're just in the way. And I'm like, we need some shitty elevator music, guys. They're like, ah.
This is an eventful week for you.
Yeah, this is all in the course of 30 minutes. There's so much more to my life than just this.
No.
I'm more than this.
No.
I'm more than this. I'm so much more than this.
Oh
yeah, we didn't plug our shit. You need to go to our YouTube page and subscribe to it. It's Breakroom BS, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, you can get to our YouTube page, Breakroom BS. You can find links on there for our Facebook, our Instagram, Twitter.
That's not true. None of that's true.
It's not?
Yeah, it is. I was kidding.
I was going to say, it says it right here. It's on a piece of paper. It has to be true.
That's a good point. It's like the internet. Chara.
I got a fire stick, Dave. It's super fucking like convenient. Like I just tell it what I want to watch, and it just like goes through in the fucking apps for me and picks out the show.
Wait, it's voice activated?
Yeah, the remote's voice activated. Dude, Amazon like alerted me. They're like, "This is on your list. This Fire Stick for normally $40, but we have it on sale for $29.99." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get that shit."
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something I forgot.
I guess Amazon must be having some sort of like dispute with YouTube because they don't have a YouTube app on there. But they do have a bookmark for YouTube.com through the browser.
Interesting.
Yeah, there must be some sort of thing going on in there.
Maybe there's a fight happening.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're gonna have a Hell in the Cell.
Dude, the main reason I got it was so I can be prepared for WrestleMania, so I can watch WrestleMania on bigger than a 12-inch screen.
That's true.
Because I watch it on my tablet all the time whenever I have to watch these pay-per-views, since I don't have the network on my TV that I pay for.
You know, it'd be nice if somehow you got it off and you could just watch it when it was happening instead of watching it later.
Yeah, I mean I'll survive.
Yeah, you suck.
Let's see.
Dude, I was on fucking Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading some fucking. I was listening to one podcast. I went onto his Twitter feed, and he said something. He was like, someone got in a bunch of shit. Oh God, it burns. I burped and it burns. He said something they were saying was misogynistic and it wasn't. And like everyone was fucking piling on this guy. And like there's like all these guys that are like talking shit on him. It's like, all right, you're just saying this because you want to act like you care. And then there's all these girls, and like I came to this realization. This line I'm about to say is dripping with sarcasm. If you notice that there's no ugly girls on Twitter, like. Every girl on Twitter is like a hot 19-year-old when you look at her picture. There's no ugly girls in the world of Twitter. It's so strange.
I don't know. Wait, I'm confused.
This is a statement. Go on Twitter. You won't find an ugly girl anywhere. It's so strange.
I probably could.
Remember when I said this is dripping with sarcasm?
Yeah, but I got confused because you seemed so serious when you were saying it.
That's why I prefaced it with this is dripping with sarcasm.
Why couldn't you just change your tone to like emphasize the sarcasm?
Why? What's a sarcastic tone? Go.
There are no wait. There are no ugly girls on Twitter. There it is. I did it.
Isn't that a little too much if I just said it's sarcastic and I say it like that? That seems redundant.
I mean, all this fucking shit we're putting into it right now seems a little excessive.
Well, isn't this your fault?
Yes.
This is your fault, right?
You know what else I got the Fire Stick?
What do you want?
For when this fucking Disney streaming app comes out, so I can watch the Star Wars live action series.
Oh, that's gonna be dumb.
And and the DC streaming network, because they're gonna have that Harley Quinn show on there, and mainly the Titan show.
But you can watch all these things online though.
Yeah, but I want to watch it on my TV. I have a fucking big ass TV, and I want to watch stuff on there.
But can't you just like watch it online on your TV through the smartness of it or something?
I don't. My TV's not smart. This made my TV smart.
Look how it's going all slow. That's what it did when it froze that one time.
Should we be concerned?
Yeah, we'll see. If there's not an episode this week, then we'll know why.
All right. That doesn't look good.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's getting worse.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. So here's the news.
Oh yeah. Here's the news. I gotta find it first. Oh yeah.
It is.
Here's our first news article. Marvel Studios will have no shortage of Kree characters in the upcoming Captain Marvel movie, with the addition of Gemma Chan. Chan takes on the role of Kree spy and geneticist Minerva, who takes on the human alias of Dr. Minerva when she infiltrates humanity. Do you know anything about these people?
Dude, I don't even think you just spoke English.
Look, it's working fine now, so you're a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. This character has similar powers to Captain Marvel, so I don't know. But I guess this is probably a big villain in the Captain Marvel comics, I'd assume.
Maybe.
I don't know who Gemma Chan is.
Is that the actress? Or is that like the character?
No, the character is Minerva.
Dude, these aren't real names.
I mean, it says right there Minerva. That's what it says.
There's the other name?
Gemma Chan. Just because you're racist and don't realize that, like,
Gemma! It's Gemma, dude.
That changes everything.
Well,
that changes the whole thing.
I've heard of people named Gemma. I never heard of anyone named Gemma.
That changes it all.
I mean, it makes it sound like a thing.
Now it's a real name. Now it's Gemma Chan. That changes the whole thing.
Well, if you were telling me you were talking about someone named Geth Chan, I'd be like, who the fuck is Geth Chan? But it would be Jeff Chan. It would make sense.
I wouldn't be like, what is happening right now? I'm so confused as you just were.
I just like, I don't know, it's such a nonsensical name.
Okay, but why are you getting so stuck on dumb things right now?
Because it's a article that I know nothing about, so I figured talking about it like.
So who's Gemma
like
Chan?
I don't know.
Oh, this was helpful. Thank you. That was very helpful.
Yeah, but at least Gemma is a fucking name. Gemma is not a name. That's like a fucking sound you make when you're choking on something.
You're so stuck on it. Remember how I was just like, why are you stuck on this thing? I was like, why are you stuck on this thing that doesn't matter, and you keep doing it?
Because I don't have anything interesting to say about any of the story.
Can I move on to the rest of it?
Sure.
Oh, cool. So I'm still excited that Samuel Jackson is going to be younger in this as a young Nick Fury.
Young Nick Fury. Yeah.
This Captain Marvel.
This is a period piece, eh?
Yeah, it is. This is right there. Period piece.
Period piece.
It takes place in the early 90s.
It's about menstruals.
It's about menstrual flows and cycles.
Flows and cycles.
Yeah, the Skrulls are in this. What's a Skrull do?
They changed their shape to look like other things.
What's a Kree do?
Nothing.
Interesting.
Of my knowledge, nothing.
Avengers is coming a week early. I don't think anyone's heard about this yet.
Yeah, that's happening. What do you think the reason for that is? Do you think the spoilers are so big that they just don't want people like they don't want like over in like Europe was getting released a week early, right?
Yeah.
So do you think the spoilers are so big that they just had to like be like, well, I guess we should let everyone see it at the same time so it doesn't get ruined for anyone?
Makes sense. Seems like probably their main reason for doing it, I would think. That would be my guess, too.
Do you think I don't think it's their main reason, though. Do you think it has anything to do with it being so close to
all
fucking
the other
Solo?
movies coming out?
Yeah. I bet you they probably don't give a fuck about Solo cutting into the Infinity War profits. I think they're more concerned about Infinity War cutting into the Solo profits.
But I mean, it's already 3 weeks after Infinity War. It's not like it's coming right after. That's a pretty big difference.
I feel like another week makes a difference.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you gotta figure, Black Panther was like massive, right? It's like third weekend, I think, was like 60 million. By the time it gets to its fourth weekend, it's gonna be even lower than that. I don't think I think they'd be more concerned with Deadpool 2. I think that's a week before.
They can't move that yet.
Yeah, not yet.
They don't have the rights to that yet.
Not quite yet.
It's getting there.
No, so you think they want money, huh? You think it's all about money?
Yes.
That wasn't a rhetorical question.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, probably. I say 50-50. I say 50% money and 50% fuck the UK.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think that was the mentality.
Oh,
but
no,
okay.
It was. Some of UK people are tweeting like, oh, America gets everything they always want now.
This looks like garbage.
Did you know that Kristen Wiig... Wait, is that pronounced right? Wiig, or is there a different way to pronounce that?
Wiig.
Okay, cool.
Kristen Wiig.
Did you know that Kristen Wiig is in talks to play a villain in Wonder Woman 2 called Cheetah?
That sounds dumb.
I don't know who Cheetah is. Who's Cheetah? You're supposed to be the comic guy here.
She's like a fucking chick who looks like a cheetah.
She
looks exactly like that picture. That's her power, is being a fucking cheetah.
It's not a very good power.
She has like enhanced like
boobs,
speed, and I mean she's quite attractive and has probably played a large part of many young boys' fantasies.
Cheetah?
Yeah.
I never seen a cheetah with boobs that big before. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean that'll happen.
Yeah, that's the thing. How do we got here?
Wait, do you know who Kristen Wiig is?
Oh, I don't know.
She's like the chick from Bridesmaids.
Is she in like Saturday Night Live and Bridesmaids?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it on there.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't seem like she should be playing a fucking role like that at all.
Yeah, but people might have said that about Paul Rudd and Ant-Man. Look how wrong they were.
Dude, I feel like that's like having Adam Sandler play like the fucking Silver Surfer.
Or like Seth Rogen playing the Green Hornet.
Yeah, wait, I don't know anything about the Green Hornet, so I can't speak on that.
He's a serious superhero.
Is he?
Yeah.
Not based off that movie.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
That was the problem.
Maybe Kristen Wiig can like pretend to be awkward and like stutter while she's like trying to like deliver her lines and like.
Probably.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot of highlighting here. Look at all this highlighting. With the potential merger of Disney and 20th Century Fox lingering, many fans have wondered what the studio will be doing with their Marvel stuff. New report indicates that not only is the studio not slowing down on their Marvel properties, they're developing more projects now than they have in the past.
Yeah.
So first up, to go with the Doctor Doom movie apparently they're doing, Fox is developing a Silver Surfer standalone movie. They're set to release 2 XMen movies this year, and then 3 next year, and then 3 the following year. They have 8 movies planned at Fox right now for X-Men.
What the fuck do they think's going to happen?
Among those are X-Force, the Deadpool spinoff, which begins shooting in October, and the recently delayed New Mutants. This is interesting. Have you heard the reason why New Mutants was delayed?
Not the official reason now.
The official reason is they're doing a round of additional photography that's going to add a new character to the movie.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it remains to be seen what character that will be.
Maybe it's Deadpool.
Probably.
That'd be dumb.
They should just put Deadpool in all of them. The Gambit movie is going to be in 2019 as well. And then that 143 thing they've been talking about, the Kitty Pryde film.
Yeah.
What's been going on?
Dude, I can't believe all this shit's going to happen. There's no way.
All these movies?
There's so fucking much, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, here's something that's pretty funny. For everyone that's excited about the Disney merger to kind of just like make you sad for a second, possibly. There's been zero slowdown on the front there's been zero slowdown on that front about them slowing down movies, whatever, because of the Disney merger. But fans should also prepare for the Untitled Avengers 4 to potentially not address the X-Men at all in the event that the merger does not finalize by next year, or if Comcast is successful in a counterbid. So this isn't even like official. People can still outbid Disney and they won't get it.
Yeah, I already heard about. Yeah, I did hear about
Everyone
that.
seems to be under the impression that this is like, Disney owns Fox.
I'm still not like, I don't know. I don't know. It's all fucking weird.
I don't know who's really gonna outbid Disney though. I mean, this is Disney.
I mean, I'm sure if Disney wants something, they'll just raise their bid. I mean,
they have the pockets. They have the pockets lined with adamantium.
Do you happen to have the Crow article in there by any chance?
No, I saw it and didn't care and threw it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should just have WWE should just be like, we'll do it and just give Roman Reigns a movie, and then we don't have to look at Roman Reigns for a few months.
Well, he's already in it.
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could just easily take the script and be like, okay, Roman, see all this stuff Jason Momoa was going to do? You're doing it now.
You're getting better at reading a script. You're not great, but you're getting better, and they can do multiple takes. We'll edit around it. So, Gable found out about some sort of Infinity Glove or something. Talk about this.
Yeah. So, I found on Reddit, there's a gentleman who posted that he got a Infinity Gauntlet made by Hasbro, part of the Marvel Legends line, selling at Walmart for $88. Couldn't find a single place. Apparently, it went on set. When did I text you? I think it goes on sale today.
Maybe.
It's either today or yesterday or something. I didn't follow up on that shit, but there also seems to be a competing Infinity Gauntlet that by Hot Toys, and Hot Toys are generally really fucking expensive.
Yeah, the one that doesn't come out till the end of this year or the beginning of next year.
Are you talking about the Hot Toys one?
Yeah. I don't know how much competition it's going to be. Comes out way after the other one, if the other one just came out. Seems like this one's more coming out to like fucking... I don't know, it's weird because on the picture for this Infinity Gauntlet for Hot Toys, it says Avengers Infinity War on the bottom, but it's not coming out until the end of the year. You think they would have released it a little earlier?
Yeah, the one from Hasbro is not. I'm not seeing it on Walmart yet, but I am seeing it on some website called Toy Wiz again for $99.
Wiz.
Toy Wiz.
Wiz.
Yeah.
It means to go pee.
I mean, the guy took pictures of himself with the gauntlet on. It looks. The packaging looked legit. It looked badass from what he was wearing. when he was wearing it in the one picture. If this ends up, I mean, if this is legit, other people are claiming they've bought this too. So I don't think it's a scam.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how people, some people are finding it. I don't understand why a company would just put out like 16 total.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
No.
Normally when they ship stuff out like that to a big company like Walmart, they're going to ship them out to everywhere at the same time.
Especially if they're selling it for $88. If they're only selling a few of them, they're going to be selling it for way more than $88.
Maybe this is just Hasbro being smart, saying let's create instant demand for this by like putting out 16 so everyone gets super excited, and then it gets out, everyone's going to rush to get it.
No, they're doing the fucking Szechuan sauce thing.
Yeah. Yes, I don't know. This one looks cool, but I'm not spending no $500 on the Infinity Gauntlet. Fuck that.
No, let's go for the $88 one.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to steal one of those from my local Walmart. I'm going to walk right in, put it on, and walk out. And I'm going to tell them that I'm handicapped if they try to stop me. All right, here's a little interesting bit of news that doesn't matter to anyone. Did you know that M. Night... I added this because I was just confused. M. Night Shyamalan will be working with Apple to produce a straight-to-series psychological thriller for their streaming service.
What's a straight-to-series?
Straight-to-series.
What's that mean?
Let's make it a series. I don't know.
It's like saying you're making a movie straight to movie.
A straight-to-movie series.
A straight-to-movie.
Dude, Apple has a streaming service?
Yeah.
I didn't know
I know
that.
they have Apple TV.
I had no idea that was even a thing. I didn't know Apple had a streaming
They're
service.
supposed to make, not Tales of the Crypt, but like one of those other shows that were like anthology shows from back in the day.
Twilight Zone?
No.
Outer Limits?
No.
Tales from the Crypt?
I said that. It's not
Tales from the Dark Side?
Maybe that one?
Yeah.
They were supposed to do some sort of anthology series like that, and they had oh man, I wish I fucking remember who the fuck was on it, because he started making it too dark, or because it wasn't supposed to be a dark series, and he started making it dark, and they kicked him off.
Oh, is it that Spielberg thing they did a long time ago, the Book of the Tales or something?
You're on to something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think what you're talking about's accurate.
Oh, what the fuck was that? I made up the name. What the fuck was that though? It was like a more lighthearted thing. It wasn't
that's what it sounded like from how the article.
Here, go over that. I'm gonna look this up.
Okay. Chris Hemsworth in talk for a new Men in Black movie.
What?
Looks like he's
You're not reading it right.
Chris Hemsworth now in talks for new Men in Black movie.
That's better.
First bit of plot details for the film, which they said takes place in London and centers around a new combination of characters that include a white character, a black woman, and an older man. Do you think it's going to be that black chick who wasn't getting paid enough by Netflix? I wish I could make a joke about her, but I don't remember her name because how insignificant she is.
Wanda Sykes?
No, the other one who was actually
Monique.
Yeah, maybe they'll get Monique since she's in such high demand.
Amazing Stories.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. I think Apple was supposed to do that.
Okay. Now we can sleep.
An older man. Maybe like Tommy Lee Jones.
Hey, read the next part.
The untitled Men in Black spinoff will not feature Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones. Maybe it's not Tommy Lee Jones. But it will expand on the world of the original trilogy.
We didn't rehearse that. That was perfect. That was great. That's how good we are.
I didn't stutter too much on that.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of that.
Normally you're pretty bad.
How do you feel about that movie?
Oh, I didn't realize we cared. Let's see. I thought this was filler. All right, let's see here. Well, I liked the first one and I loved the third one. I just hated the second one. I'm fine. I have no issues with it. I'll watch it.
Did you like the idea of what they were originally planning on doing? No, with the 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, they mentioned that next.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the 21 Jump Street movies. I saw one of them. I thought it was dumb. I don't think only time I like Jonah Hill is when he's not trying to be funny and he's in a serious role, and then I enjoy him. I don't think he's funny at all.
Oh.
Like, his serious role and then sometimes comic relief in the serious role, I'm like, okay, I like that.
I like their Channing Tatum and his chemistry in that movie, though. That's yeah, I don't know. I like those movies. I would have been nice to see a crossover, but if not, I guess we're not getting that, but whatever.
Breakroom bullshit does not condone Gable's I fucked up.
Nope, my thoughts are wrong.
No, that's not. Well, hey, guess what's next?
I did see that one. Go. Is it Mulan?
That's just a small part of this article. So Disney's announcing 50 billion fucking projects and dates for things.
Whoa, no way. Fox is too.
Yeah, they're announcing way more. There's like 30 or something here.
Really? That's
they're
cool.
announcing way more. The most prominent is the new Mulan movie, which was originally November of this year, is now coming out March of 2020. Like a slight pushback.
Yeah.
So that's coming out way later.
Dude, I hope Olivia Munn plays Mulan. If Olivia Munn plays Mulan in a fucking movie, that'd be so cool.
Is it Olivia Munson?
No, Olivia Munn, you jackass.
Who's Olivia Munn?
She played Psylocke in Apocalypse.
I don't remember what that is. What is this? What's that picture?
The chick with the sword, the psychic sword.
Looks like something.
Let me see. Let me
Looks
look
like
at this.
something.
Let me eye this up.
Looks like something. Looks like something I've seen somewhere.
I think it's the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, it's definitely not that, but it looks like something. Looks like something. It's not even Pacific Rim, is it? It looks like something. It looks like it could be something. Something vital.
I saw it on one of the other ones, and I think it had words underneath it.
Probably from Cloverfield. All right, so let's talk about Disney's live-action films they've announced. Disney has scheduled release dates for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... 16 live-action movies that are not Marvel. So this is like possible Star Wars movies, possible fucking like you know how they're doing live-action versions of all their cartoon movies now, it seems. So that's a lot of fucking movies they announced. They also announced an untitled animated movie, and they're also announced 7 Marvel movies all the way up to 2022. So they're really... And then Pixar has like 3 dates announced too. So Disney's going to be making billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Does it say what Marvel movies or no?
No, it just
I don't think they would release that information yet.
No.
We're not getting that till after Infinity War comes out.
Yeah, probably not even until after the second Infinity War, maybe, because these dates are 2020 up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, dude, it's just so weird. Like, whenever like we were in the early stages of Phase 2, we knew like all the fucking movies leading up to Infinity War. I mean, there were some slight changes, but
yeah,
for the most part, we knew everything that was coming out for like the next like 10 movies.
I wonder what the next big storyline is going to be. This has been a storyline they've been building to for 18 movies. What's like the next big payoff?
I have heavy predictions that it's going to be Annihilation.
Oh, cool.
Just because of how much they're leaning into the whole cosmic world.
But that's that new Natalie Portman movie, right?
Oh, I see the issue here. It'll be okay. They share a name.
I guarantee you, as soon as they announce it's the Annihilation storyline, everyone's going to think of the Annihilation movie by Natalie Portman that broke box office records on opening weekend that no one will have ever heard of. Yeah. This is the only place anyone will ever hear of that movie, right here. That's it.
Maybe they'll call it like a nihilist conquest because the main character is a nihilist, and they would have to, I believe. I think a nihilist is a Fantastic Four character, so I think that it kind of.
Hey, so Tito had the idea. Speaking of Fantastic Four, this kind of ties into what you're saying, but not at all.
Probably not.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. So you know how they're doing time travel in these movies, the Avengers movies.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, I mean,
they did it in Doctor Strange. What else did they do it in?
No, I'm talking about in the Avengers movies. Remember how we the 2 coming out? I'm not talking about Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're talking about
you're
talking about like there's leaked photos.
Yeah, how they're probably gonna be doing time travel. Well, Tito is saying what if whenever they do the time travel, it does something with the continuity of the universe, and they come back and the XMen, Fantastic Four are already there now, and it somehow ties into how they could reset the universe because they're clearly going to recast the X-Men.
All they need to do is have they could just have a event that caused the spark of people's of the mutant gene coming out in people.
Yeah, because they haven't addressed any mutants at all in the MCU. It's all been made by the only mutants have been Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and they were made by the Mind Stone, right?
Yeah.
They used the scepter for that.
Dude, they could have easily revealed they had the mutant gene in them though, and you know what I mean.
And they just like use the scepter to like amplify it.
Yeah,
and make
just
something
it
out
sped
of
up the mutation process
with
or
Deadpool.
something. Yeah.
Like how they focused on the gene. Yeah, here's the last article. This is exciting.
Oh, this is related to the X-Men.
Yeah, it is completely. Mark Hamill and James Gunn Twitter exchange hints at Guardians 3 role. After reprising his role as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, Mark Hamill may appear in another monstrous franchise, if the coffee is right. When Guardians director James Gunn was asked by a fan on Twitter to provide a role for Hamill in the upcoming third volume of the franchise, his response prompted a delightful exchange between the two talents. Gunn revealed that he's actually neighbors with Hamill in Malibu and invited him to come over so they can talk about it over a cup of coffee. The legendary voice of the Joker chimed in saying the following, causing legions of fans to shudder with excitement. Would be happy to do so, both as a good neighbor and an unemployed actor. All the best, Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's so great.
He's really funny.
Dude, they're so poor. They live in Malibu. Who lives in Malibu?
Nobody. That's where the hurricanes go to kill
Dude, that's
people.
like the ghetto.
Malibu's stupid. The real people live in Los Angeles. Whatever.
I'm trying to think of who he could play. If it would be a Guardians movie, I need to think of someone more cosmic.
He could play Ego the Living Planet.
I hate you.
Well, he had a beard, too.
He could play...
He could play Luke Skywalker. He could play Luke Starkiller.
Do you think it'd have to be a villain?
No, he could play anything.
I'd be happy with Luke Hamill or Mark Hamill as anything. I
What
agree.
if he played Luke Hamill?
Luke Hamill.
What if he played Luke Hamill in the
They'd be
movie?
like, what the fuck is a Luke Hamill?
Luke Hamill. Is that all we have for news?
It's a camel, dude. A camel named Luke Hamill.
That's kind of weird.
Do you have any more for news?
I don't have any news left. Do you have any news on your head that you heard? Any rumor, innuendo?
I heard that the Dark Knight trilogy was going to get a fourth movie.
No, you didn't.
I heard that the Sam Raimi movies are going to get a fourth movie.
Like the Evil Dead ones?
Both.
Just his movies.
Both.
I think he already passed 4. Dude, I saw Mark Hamill with some old woman at the Oscars, or the Oscars all like waving. I did. That's why I'm so tired. I came from the Oscars. No, I saw a picture of him.
Who won Best Picture?
I don't fucking know. Probably
God
something
damn
that
it.
sucked. Probably
I
The
don't
Shape
even
of
care.
Water.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So I was. I don't even care. Oh, wait a minute. Now I do.
I want Guillermo del Toro to win.
I was looking for news for news the past 2 days. All I could find was Mark Hamill at the Oscars waving. I was like, oh, cool. He's probably happy that he's back in Hollywood.
Results.
He's back in the public eye.
Oscar results. Here
Who
we
was
go.
it? The Post. It was The Post, I bet.
Best Picture was The Shape of Water.
Really?
That's so exciting. I like that.
Why
Best
did-
Actress is some Francis girl.
Why in the world did The Shape of Water win?
Gary Oldman got Best Actor.
Wait a minute. Didn't Logan come out last year? Why didn't that win? That should have won.
Logan did get nominated for something.
Was it Best Picture? Probably not Best Picture. They get no respect. Superhero movies get no respect.
Let's see. Best Anime Feature was Coco. Visual Effects is Blade Runner. Best Film Editing was Lee Smith. I think I don't know what that was for. Best Document. No one cares about the documentaries. Best Live Action show. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. I'm gonna keep.
You should read the ones that matter.
Original score, Get Out.
Hmm.
Cinematography is some Roger guy. Best original music?
Yeah.
Maybe? The Shape of Water. Best original soundtrack, Coco. Best director, Guillermo del Toro. Yeah, good for him.
So you won director and picture?
Dude, I'm so happy he got this because they whatever company owns Pacific Rim screwed him.
Really?
He should have directed the second one.
Why didn't he?
They didn't let him. And they wouldn't let him direct any more Hellboys, even though he really wanted to direct another Hellboy movie.
Maybe he's like a pain in the ass.
He has to be or something.
Well, then why is it the studio's fault? Fuck him.
I don't know.
He's the pain in the ass.
But his movies are good. In my opinion.
Yeah, I like Shape of Water. I think it won Best Picture. It's by no means the best movie I saw last year. Ugh. Mother was better than that. That's not even funny. That's not even funny to me.
Dude, that's an awful joke.
I'm deleting that. I'm putting a beep there in the podcast. I'm putting a beep. We're done. We're done with news. That was a good bit of news you had of the Oscar results. That was smart. Because that's news.
That's news.
The Oscars are news.
That's really up to date there. That's as up to date as it gets. This is like just happened.
Yeah, this news is only 4 minutes old. We're going by Hollywood time. We're going to take a break, aren't we?
Yes. Even though it's like on a different, like, even though they're in a different like time zone, it still happened like 4 hours ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You said it just happened 4 minutes ago.
Well, yeah, I was making a joke.
But I think me pointing out made it funnier though.
Okay. I understand what you're doing. You want to hear something funny? Whenever there was a Monday Night Raw one time, a long time ago, they put a poll on there. And the poll was if you want Shawn Michaels to come back or not because he was injured. No, he was suspended. And what really happened was he tested positive for steroids. But he was like, dude, I'm fat right now and I don't even look muscular. Why the fuck would you think I'm on steroids? He got super pissed that like they were suspending him for 6 weeks. So he refused to give them their title back and he just kept it. He was like, you can come down here and get it. And he just like hung up on him. So the poll was if the fans wanted to come back or not, and they were like they were going to announce the results in the poll on the show tonight, and whatever the results are that you vote for, that's what we're going to do. Well, like the show airs the same time over there, like not as the exact same moment, but the same time. Like it airs at 9 Eastern,
it's delayed.
It airs at 9 Pacific, so it's delayed 3 hours. So as they're watching it there, the poll results are already done and everything, and they're trying to call in and shit. And Vince is like, this is a problem because you have to pay to call in for this number and all this shit. And, like, everyone was all pissed off because the fans were calling for polls already done. It's kind of funny. They didn't really plan ahead for that.
WWE's not very good at planning ahead.
No. They're filled with nothing but salt in their veins.
Except if they want Brock Lesnar to be at the fucking WrestleMania. Then they plan in ahead for that.
They plan ahead by 5 years.
Yes.
Okay, that's it for the news. I mean, this is the best news. Look at what minute we're on. This is the perfect time to end it.
37 minutes.
37 minutes. That was 37 minutes of quality news.
Dude, but like you'll probably have music in there, so it'd probably not be 37 minutes. It'd be like 38.
No, we have to stop right now. Well, all right, we're gonna go because it's 37 minutes. We'll be back. And we're back. And we're back.
Look at that, we're back.
Oh, dude, remember in the last one we recorded when you were like, hey, that's you shouldn't do that.
Oh.
That's like talking at the same time. It's nothing but gibberish.
Oh.
That's exactly what that is. So remember in the last one we were recording, and you had to go take a piss, and you were like, let's pause it, and then you could take a piss, and then I paused it, and you went to go take a piss, and then we pretended you didn't. Remember we came back? We pretended dude, you could not tell. We fooled them until just now like crazy. Like, dude, it played literally like I was like, go take a piss. And you're like, you know what? I just want to take a piss. I'm going to try and hold it. It was perfect.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
It was perfect.
I am great. Why did we even pause? I forget.
Because you had to take a... Well, we were going to stop and back it up so we have it and it doesn't get erased and you were going to go piss.
Oh.
Yeah, like we just did just now, except you didn't pee. Except you didn't go pee-pee. You didn't go pee-pee.
Pay.
Oh, wait, dude, you know what it's time for?
It's time for some real bullshit.
It's time for this week's real bullshit.
Do.
That's not your rap.
Oh.
That's not your rap at all. You messed up.
Do.
That's kind of like a rap. Oh, wait, we were talking about gerbils. Wait, what is that?
I don't know, I'm just kind of playing with
this.
That's
like that face on the moon.
Wait, stop.
Sounds like you're scratching your ass on the microphone. It sounds like it's just scratching your ass.
So, what do you have anything not WWE that you watched this week?
I'm thinking about getting 20 gerbils and making an entire set of tubes all over my house so they can live with me. Yeah. I came up with this idea on my own.
And you can get like this like one like tube or like maybe like it's like a a cage or something. And it's shaped like a woman, so you can pretend like there's a woman in your bed, but really it's just your gerbil sleeping with you, next to you in bed.
I thought I was gonna like fuck the tube at first when you were describing it.
I mean, you can leave like a space in there, and like the gerbils are just laying there. And something's getting inserted again and again and again.
He's not getting assaulted by my dick, is he? He's just watching it, right?
They're just dangerously close to it happening.
Dude, it's like watching a 3D movie that's clearly supposed to be 3D because it keeps going right in his face.
The gerbils have no idea what's going on because they're gerbils.
I have 2 comments about this.
Don't put them in your ass.
Well, how scary would it be if I'm sleeping and I wake up next to the tube and there's just a gerbil staring at me? That's going to freak me out.
Why?
Why would it be scary? It's going to be the size of a human if he's right next to my eye. And then, what if I'm taking a shit?
He's so close to you. That's the first thing you see when you wake up.
Yeah, it's a human gerbil.
He just wants you to love him.
And then what if I have the tube go through my toilet? So like it goes through the side, so I'm actually pooping on the tube.
Oh my god.
That poor gerbil. Yeah, there's something here. There's something to this. We gotta figure it out.
Some sort of gerbil magic.
I watched some that show, Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm like halfway through I'm watching it again.
Yeah, Ashley's also watching that right now.
I'm like halfway through the first season. That show's great. I love that show. It's so fucking funny.
I agree with you. I watched the first season. I did not watch the second season yet.
And then I watched some Dirty Money.
Oh, you took me up on my recommendation.
Yeah.
You got farther than me though, right?
Yeah. Well, what happened was I was looking for something to watch, and like I kind of have a list of like priorities of things to watch, and like I was going through my list, and I was like, I don't want to watch anything that matters, so I went lower and lower and lower on my list, and I finally got to like Gable stuff all the way at the bottom. And I was like, Gable said something one time about dirty porn or something. And I typed in dirty porn and it did not come up. That anyway. And then I typed in dirty money and I found it. The first show you said we're talking about with the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
How fucked up is that like they do shit like that?
Well, the craziest part to me is that they were like, no one's going to notice. Like,
yeah.
we're going to get away with this easily. But the one that I watched that you didn't see, I watched a few of them. But the main one was I watched the season finale was the Donald Trump one.
Uh-huh.
And like we all know that Donald Trump's a douchebag, obviously.
Yeah.
But there was some stuff on there that kind of blew my mind.
It doesn't even have to be political talk. That's just a very obvious statement, I feel.
Well, yeah, nothing on the show was political. It was about his business stuff before he even became president.
Sweet.
So yeah, it wasn't even political stuff. But there was one thing where I thought this is kind of funny is to talks to what an asshole he is. Like, okay, so he said he's gone bankrupt 5 times. Like, he said 5 casinos that went bankrupt. Well, the one, he had 3 guys running the casino. Like, they were in charge of it. And he would kind of oversee it and do stuff, too. 2 of those guys were in a helicopter crash and died at the same time. Because obviously they're in the same helicopter. So, the 3rd guy obviously survived. So, Trump is, like, talking to the media about the stuff that went wrong with the casino. And he's blaming everything on the 2 dead guys. Like, he's telling reporters and stuff, like, yeah, they did this and they did this and blah, blah, blah. And then the 3rd guy, he's like, I called him on the phone, I'm talking to him. I'm like, dude, you can't do this. You can't, their families read this stuff. That you're talking about them in the paper. It's not true. You're making them really bad. And then Trump goes, well, what does it matter? They're dead.
What a fucking asshole.
I agree this is based on something that the guy said, but it's like...
Right.
And then he was like... And then whenever he said that, he was like, all right, fuck you, and he quit. So I don't want to work for you. But then he also had Trump...
He said fuck you and he quit?
To Trump, yeah.
I feel like I experienced this recently.
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't think he gave him the finger over the phone.
Okay.
Finger in the butt. So... And then another thing I thought was crazy was the Trump University, which he's still being sued over. He basically started this school, this business school, where the people that are trying to... They put out like this free weekend where you come in and check it out, and then they try to pressure you into doing it. They talk you into like raising your credit card limits so you can charge the amount of the school to your credit cards. And just all this shady bullshit just to try to con and talk people into getting into the school. To the point where the one guy was talking to this guy there, and he was like, yeah, I'm thinking about doing it. Like, this is, I lost my job and everything, but I'm thinking about doing this to get back up on my feet, but, I don't have a lot of money and all this. And the guy's like, don't fucking do this. You can't afford this, but they're taught to make them do it, to talk him into it. And he was like, this is bullshit. So he just fucking quit because he couldn't deal with like the morality of it.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so then the place, like, there's this investigation with it, and it was all over the news.
Does it, like,
closed down?
Does it like teach them? Was it supposed to teach them how to be more?
It's supposed to teach them like business stuff.
Okay.
And it didn't teach them like shit. And dude, like some of their courses ranged only on if you could afford it. It's basically the same thing from like $1,000 like $35,000.
What the
just
fuck?
so you could try to scam people. And there was just all these people that they just scammed them. Like, this is ridiculous. And he's still being sued over that. But like, it just showed you like, man, like why would this guy be? Everyone thinks that he's this great fucking businessman. Like he would lie when he wasn't even a billionaire.
Yeah.
He'd be worth like $100 million, and he'd just be like, "How much are you worth?" He'd be like, "Oh, I'm worth a lot." And then the one guy that wrote a book about him, he sued him because in the book he said he was only worth $100 million or $200 million. And then Trump tried to sue him, and he lost because he was lying, and he was only worth that amount at that time. Like, it's just
that's really funny.
Dude, it's ridiculous, all this stuff. But it was a good show. I like it.
He tried to sue someone for... that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
He would constantly tell people he was worth different amounts, like, all the time. It just fluctuated on what time of the day it was. I'm worth $200 million. I'm worth $1 billion. I'm worth $900 million. Like, it was just always...
What the fuck?
Dude, he was terrible at business from everything I was watching. Like, everything he would try to do would just fail.
The art of the deal.
He was just like a media dude. All it was is he would just like go on TV and just be this personality. That's how he just made all his money, was failed deals. And he would also talk about he's this self-made businessman. He always talks about that. He inherited like millions and millions and millions of dollars from his dad. And he used that money for like his businesses.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, it was interesting. Very educational.
Yeah, I was a fan of how the first one was done.
There was another one about this race car driver that started a payday loan business. And
a what?
A payday loan business. Basically, what it is payday loans are retarded. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Is this like the stuff where like you like sign up to get your like paycheck in advance and then you have to pay them back as soon as you get paid?
No, it's not like through where you work or anything. You just go online, you sign up, they give you a $500 loan, and then what they do is you get a $500 loan and they charge you. They tell you you're supposed to pay it back. Mm-hmm. It's worded in a completely retarded way where you don't understand that what they do is they charge you $75 and it gets taken from your account every month. That $75 is the amount to extend your loan because it's not paid in full. But they don't straight up tell you that. So basically what happens is you take out a $500 loan, right? Uh-huh. You pay $75 the first month. It's just being debited, taken out of your account. The next month, another $75 is taken out. You still have $500. Because it's not coming out of the loan. It's coming out of a fee to keep the loan going.
Wait, the fee?
You're paying. They're charging you a $75 fee every month if you didn't pay off your loan in full that month. No one realizes they have to do that to not pay that fee. So they assume the $75 coming out is coming out of their loan. So 6 months later, they get these things saying, you didn't pay your loan off yet. They're like, what are you talking about? I paid like $400 already. And they're like, no, that's the $75 fee you pay every month to keep your loan going. You haven't paid any of the actual loan yet.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like fucking bullshit. And there's tons of them out there. There's fucking tons of them, and they all do the same thing. They all do that.
Well, you just need to fucking pay it back immediately. I think the where they become useful is like if you need to have a bill paid by the 4th and you don't get paid till the 6th,
yeah,
you have to immediately pay the fucking loan back on the 6th, or else you're fucked.
Yeah, the issue though is they advertise online it's like $500 loan.
Yeah.
Some chump that just lost his job, that needs a $500 loan, goes on there and sees, $500 loan. They don't see anything where it's like, this is what's going to happen. They sign up and they get fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not preying on people like you and me that like
understand how it's supposed to be done.
Not just that, but they're preying on people that have no fucking money and they can't afford to eat and they're desperate. So they're like, this looks like a good idea. I'll do this. Mm. You know what I mean? And then they get even more fucked.
Yeah.
And this dude that was doing it, it's this race car driver that had like hundreds of millions of dollars. He got fined like $1.3 billion in fines for it, and he got sent like 16 years in prison. It was great.
Really?
Yeah, because you're just listening to the people that they did it to, and they're just like crying, and they can't afford to do shit because they didn't know, and they even take it to court, and they're like, dude, the way you guys word how this works is stupid. No one can understand what you're doing.
I wish I could see the wording.
There's like what they did in court to try to defend it was they took out 5 pieces of this giant paragraph that basically say that, but they're 5 pieces spread out throughout the entire paragraph with all this other bullshit in between them. So it's hard to understand it. So it's pretty good. It's a good show. I like it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I'm gonna try. I told you I was gonna try to get back on it. I'm gonna try even harder now because it sounds really fucking good.
Hard.
It sounds like it keeps up with that first episode. That first episode I really liked.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else.
I
probably do. I can't remember.
Ashley and I have been watching Superstore for like since it came out, since probably like the first fucking episode. It's basically like The Office, but it takes place in Walmart. And it's about like Walmart employees, except that it's not called Walmart. It's called like Cloud9. Dude, I love this show. It's so funny. Like the characters are so easy to fall in love with. There's a Jim and Pam. If you're familiar with The Office, there's a Jim and Pam type relationship bubbling between 2 of the main characters. For someone like me who was upset after The Office ended. It was nice to have this to fill that void in my life.
It's your new office.
It's my new office. I enjoy it, and plus, dude, I for years since I could drive, since I've gotten a job after work, would go to Walmart to get all my shopping done. Since I've lived on my own, Walmart has been a huge part of my life. So like seeing like little jokes that like kind of like nitpick, like make fun of Walmart is really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like, everyone goes to Walmart. Everyone goes to fucking Walmart.
I've never been there.
I probably take a trip to Walmart at least, like, 3 times a week.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so convenient.
It's amazingly convenient and, like...
Well, especially people like us who work late and you can just go in the middle of the night.
Exactly. Yeah, but that show's continuously been good. I would recommend it to anyone who's a fan of like The Office or like Parks and Rec shows like that. It's on par with those. You said you didn't watch anything else?
Where does it air?
Oh, it's on NBC, but I've been watching it on Hulu. We've watched it on Hulu.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, good show.
Cool. Here's a store to talk about you went to.
Oh, new store just opened up in the mall by where we live.
Is it Rural King?
No. I'm a big fan of graphic tees. I like my like Power Ranger shirts, my Marvel shirts, and I get all those from Hot Topic typically. Well, there's a new store called Box Lunch in the mall.
Box Lunch.
It essentially has all those real popular fandoms. Like they have a bunch of Friday the 13th stuff in there. Ooh. They have a bunch of Disney stuff.
This is the one near us now.
Yeah, it's at both that mall and the other one, South Hills. It's a pretty generic name, so it's fine.
South Park. You meant South Park. You're an idiot.
South Park, Mitsubishi.
You're such a jackass.
It's a jingle. You're gonna cut that, right?
I don't know what's happening. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a jingle. It's stuck in my head. I ruined it.
So funny.
It's how stupid I am.
It's so funny.
It's a combination of tired and stupid.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
It's mildly funny.
It's really.
I think you're blowing it out of proportion here.
I think it's really funny. You're just upset. I'm thinking it's funny.
I don't even care. Box Lunch. Yeah, but they have a bunch of real cool graphic shirts. If you're a Funko Pop collector, they even have exclusive pops. I didn't even know this store was like that popular of a store. But yeah, they have exclusive pops there. I would imagine to have exclusive figures, you'd have to be a fairly big business.
I would think so too.
I
don't think I'm just going to be like, hey, get us some exclusive Funko Pops for Breakroom.
For Breakroom BS.
I think it works like that. They'll just be like, no.
Well,
they'll probably like, we'll give us this much money and you can. Which is probably what they had to do.
And we'll be like, well, we have like $7 combined. So
$7.86.
We're doing good. No, but it's a really cool store, and the reason that I thought it was really cool to bring up was the the part of what they make, part of their profits, go directly to buying lunches for people who can't afford it.
Huh.
So they do charity work too. It's Hot Topic, but with charity work. It's like a few dollars more pricey than I'd say Hot Topic, but that's understandable. You know your dollar is going somewhere.
Do you think if someone's like, I just need breakfast, and they can't afford breakfast, they'd accommodate them, or it's just like solely lunch?
I don't know if they're picky on
they're probably just like, here's a
meal.
Fucking meal. Just take a meal.
Here's a meal. It's just a brown bag that says meal. It has like a cheese stick.
If you look homeless, you get a meal. We're just gonna leave it at that. That's all there is to it. I don't think like someone working at a mall and walks out of FYE and they're like, it's time to get my free lunch while I'm on break. They're probably not gonna help them out.
Yeah, I don't think they give the meals out directly from the store. I wouldn't imagine that's how it works.
And they're in bags, like paper bag lunches. That'd be sweet.
No, but I thought it was a really cool thing to bring up because I like what they're doing with that.
I'll have to keep an eye out if I'm in those malls at any point to stop in there. That sounds cool.
Yeah, there's a really cool Jason shirt in there that I was like, oh, Dave would like that.
Do they have a website where I can get stuff for a lot cheaper?
They do. Ashley's been shopping on the website. Wait. Dave?
Cool.
What do you mean?
Nothing. All right, what now?
We have a comic book to review.
Oh, shit. I read out my notes.
You read that too, huh?
I did. I figured I'd actually read one this time. What's the name of this comic? All right, so here's what's going to happen. Gable's going to basically review it, and I'm going to chime in a few things because he's the master of the comic review. He's the master of none.
Yeah, so I mean, it's called Vengeance Nevada.
There's a comma in it.
Vengeance, comma Nevada.
See, this is how I contribute. This is by B.J. Mendelsohn. Yeah, it's Vengeance Nevada by B.J. Mendelsohn. Yeah, and I read this. Like I said, I read this one too. Gable, you can take the. Well, first before we get into it, Mr. B.J. Mendelsohn actually contacted us and was like, "Hey, you want to check out my comic and review it on your show because of all your loyal, your billions of fans might want to like listen to it." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "We'll review your comic for you." So if there's anyone else out there that wants to.
Yeah, we're more than happy to review stuff if you guys come to us.
We like reading. Gable likes reading comics, so why wouldn't he just read it and review it? So
the only stipulation is that you have to provide us with a free version. I'm not paying. I'm not gonna pay for like a $12 comic.
We're not gonna pay for a 10-cent comic, but
this one's not even $12. This is $2.99. That's a good deal.
And we'll tell you where to get it too eventually, but. Also, if there's any people out there that want to send us movies to review too, and they have a screener, we'll take that for sure.
Ooh, we'll take some screeners.
We'll take screeners. Don't send us any porn.
I would say preferably digitally because I'm not all about giving out my address to people on the internet.
What do you mean digitally?
Well, I don't want them to send us a disc.
Oh, you mean like the physical address?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not
all digital sending, please.
It'll go to the Breakroom BS's P.O. box, which I will open tomorrow. Don't send us any porn, though, because the last time someone sent me free porn, the FBI got involved, and it was a big thing.
Oh, boy.
So don't do that. We'll take movies and comics that are not porn. Yeah, so get into it, Gable.
I'm really bad at this.
The noise was hilarious.
No, it's like a sci-fi. We said the name already, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Vengeance Nevada.
Comma.
It's like a sci-fi horror type comic. It has the superhero stuff mixed in too, so you get a good taste of the whole sci-fi type genre with different horror and superhero aspects added to it. I'm gonna chime in comments every now and then. Do you have the artist name on there? I forgot to write it down.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I think it's on like page like 2 or 3. So you passed it. There, bottom right, I believe, right?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, story. BGM Art and Letters by. Okay, you go. You made fun of me earlier. I'm not doing this one.
Pitor
Gemma.
Zaplarski.
It's Gemma.
Zaplarski. It's not Gemma.
It's Piotr, first name, last name, Czaplarski. We are illiterate.
Yeah.
So we'll read your comic.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the art in this one. The art was easy to follow with, it not confusing or anything. It gave you a good depiction of what was going on.
I also had a note specifically that said I liked the artwork. This is a note for earlier. I have a note that says I'm going to buy a car and name him Mr. Boot. I think my note got fucked up. I think it's supposed to say cat. I don't think they had a car in this name, Mr. Boots.
A car, Mr. Boots.
It's the autocorrect that did it, because I think it's a funny name. But it would be funny to name my car Mr. Boots.
Can we do that, Dave?
Okay.
Mr. Boots.
It's been done.
Mr. Boots the Toyota.
Another thing I thought was funny was, I don't know if this is supposed to be funny, but whenever I saw the zombie Ann Landers poster, I was laughing. And then also, I don't know if you noticed, the DJ was wearing a zombie Ann Landers shirt.
Yeah, it seemed like a nice little Easter egg, I guess.
I guess maybe
Easter egg, or a little tribute thing there.
And Gabe was like, "What's an Ann Landers?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "I'm old. I'll tell you what an Ann Landers is." But go on.
Another note included with the art, the design for these characters, especially the. Would you call them zombies?
I guess.
Yeah, the zombie-like characters.
Zombies very loose nowadays, all over everywhere. Like,
yeah,
zombies go anywhere from like slow walking dead people to fucking wall crawling Spider-Man zombie to like, it's a wide term now, it seems.
Yeah, the design on those zombie-like characters were really cool.
Dude, were you talking like the one that was? I think maybe one of the first color parts in it. The like kind of like metallic cyber type zombie.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool looking.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. I like some of the earlier on exposition about like her and her kid. It was like a flashback talking about her and her kid's birthday party that's coming up. It's a nice, just like a very it's a small thing, but it's nice to get you to care about the characters. You're like, oh, they got a kid, they have a family, stuff like that. And you see how she's interacting with the other characters. She had a fairly normal life for it being a superhero story.
Which is kind of a cool thing, because like when you look at lots of like superhero movies and stuff, you're just like, oh, look, he's out fighting crime. It's like, well, what's
or he's in space or some shit.
What's Captain America doing when he's not fighting the Red Skull? Is he like jerking off, watching porn? Is he like feeding his cat? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah, so I would have liked to see a lot more of that in upcoming issues. More about her history.
Dude, my maid is really vacuuming.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I really had issues with was just I wish I had a little more familial. It's
a tough word. I'll try.
Familiarity.
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 See, I can't even do it.
Yeah, it's hard. One. Familiarity with some of the other characters.
Familiarity.
Like some of the characters on the last few pages, I wasn't too sure who they were.
Yeah.
So a little more like I want to see a little more exposition on who they might be.
I mean, it could also be something possibly where it's like he introduces them at the end of this one, and the next one it kind of gets into
for
him.
Sure. So that's the thing with I've noticed ever since I started buying individual issues is sometimes the story makes a little more sense if you're able to read them back to back to back.
Yeah.
Because before I bought the issues, I was a trade buyer, and I would have the whole story arc at a time. And
you got spoiled.
Yeah, I got spoiled on that life. So it's sometimes
you're like, I don't want to wait for the next one. I want to know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Which isn't a bad thing.
Because you're so I mean, the whole point's to hook you to the next one.
It's true. It's true.
Dude, you're Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Except you're not a pussy. All right.
Yeah, but the whole time I read this, I got a good sense of that the writer BJ had like he genuinely enjoys doing, like he's not doing, obviously he's not doing it for a paycheck, otherwise he wouldn't be coming to us. He'd be working for the big two. He just genuinely enjoys it, and yeah, I do I do recommend this if you guys want a good like superhero horror type story.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I don't know if this was because we were kind of discussing this. I kind of feel like maybe I don't want to come off as seeming dumb. You as well might seem dumb. Like I don't know if it was supposed to only be partially colored. Mm-hmm. Or, you know what I mean? Which I think it was because it's for sale, so I can't imagine. Yeah. I thought it was kind of cool. Like, because I'm normally not a fan of, like, black and white stuff, but I thought it was kind of cool to have like that and then have certain color images because it makes...
accents on certain things.
Exactly, because it made that zombie, that one we were talking about, look cooler. Yeah, exactly, which was kind of cool. So, but yeah, so we're gonna sparkle dog this across the board. What are we giving it?
I'm going to say about... Can I do 7.5? I can't do a half. I'll do 7, 7.8, 7.8, 7.8.
Are you saying 7.5 right now?
Yes.
Dude, I figured out a way around it. So Gable's giving it a 7. I'm giving it 8 sparkle dogs. So as a show, Breakroom Bullshit is getting it 7/8 sparkle dogs.
There we go. That works.
Which is, I mean, that's like fucking Marvel movie ratings. So that's pretty good. So, like as we said, this is written by BJ Mendelson. His Twitter is at BJ Mendelson, MEDELSON. You can purchase this.
Dude, I found it very easily on the Comixology app.
Dude, because he mentioned like where it's at and everything. And before I even brought up, you're like, yeah, it's here for this amount. I'm like, all right.
Dude, I found it in 2 seconds. As soon as you gave me the guy's name, I looked him right up, and he was right there on Comixology.
Yeah,
very easy to find this.
COMIXOLOGY.
Yeah. It's only $2.99. Most comics are $3.99 nowadays, but this is a good.
He's smart with marketing. He hooks you with the cheap price, and then bumps it up whenever you're like,
bump up the next 2 issues.
He bumps up a whole $1.
No, I don't think he'll do that. But
I'm a good judge of character over Twitter. I don't think he's the type of guy to raise it a buck.
Yeah, no, like I said, good deal. That's one of the reasons that I'm so like. It's so. I was buying all the DC comics because they were all $2.99. It just made it so easy for me to want to buy them. But yeah, the $2.99 is a really good price point for comics.
Yes, that's that. That was
especially now.
Vengeance, Nevada. So check that out on Cosmixology for $2.99. And is that all we have? Oh yeah, and like, as we said, if anyone else wants us to review your comic, feel free to contact us on the Twitter or the Instagram or the Facebook or anywhere. Yeah. All right. So
I had a small mention. Oh. I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned on here that your cousin gave me all those Moon Knight comics. Oh. I've been preparing to dive into them. I'm using my Marvel Unlimited app, and if anyone doesn't know what Marvel Unlimited is, you can go back and listen to earlier shows. I've talked about it.
You really sucked his dick back.
Dude, I still find it useful. Just I kind of like read through all the stuff I wanted to read through on there. And most of the Marvel stuff that's coming out now is crap, so it's even hard for me to keep up with that.
Dude, you wouldn't stop talking about Moon Knight after you got this. All you would talk was like, Moon Knight.
Dude.
Moon Knight. Dude, what is this? Is the background at work on a computer? Moon Knight's everywhere.
Dude. Oh, Moon Knights everywhere. So many Moon Knights.
It's all Moon Knights.
Yeah, but I've been reading a run that it started off written by what the fuck's the guy's name? Charlie Huston. Yeah, Charlie Huston and art by David Finch. Dude, this David Finch guy, he has like some of the most fucking phenomenal artwork I've ever seen. It's so real, and there's so much detail in every fucking thing. Yeah, it's a really fucking good Moon Knight story. But the series like changes writers like right in the middle of it. It's really weird because you start to see the credits go from Charlie Huston to written by Mike Benson and story by Charlie Huston, and then you don't see Charlie Huston's name anymore eventually.
Maybe he died.
I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And yeah, that run has a lot to do with the Civil War. Well, I wouldn't say a lot to do, but it ties in and takes place around the Civil War comics. So you see Moon Knight trying to get like his what the fuck did they call it? His registration card, because he's a fucking brutal ass vigilante. He fucking kills people.
You're not supposed to kill people.
Yeah, so you can't really have a registration card and kill people. But then you see him like how he gets his way around that.
In Gotham, you can.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Oh, that show sucks.
Yeah.
You jumped off that?
I mean, I just haven't watched it since it got back on the air. I don't even know if it has yet.
Yeah, but I've been preparing for to jump in these books your cousin gave me. I'm really excited.
Stop being a pussy and get up in there.
Well, I wanted to read the story leading up to it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
That's it for this week's Real Bullshit. Right? Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude, I just want to go read like more Moon Knight and
all right. All right, we'll be back. We're gonna take a break. And we're back.
Can we pause to read some Moon Knight?
We're back, baby. No, we're not reading a fucking Moon Knight. You and your Moon Knight.
Dude, I don't understand. They just need to reprint that series so I can have all of it.
Just write him a letter. Why don't you write him a letter and see how it works? Did you ever think of that? Did you ever think of that? No, you didn't, you fuck.
No, you're smarter than me.
I'm so smart about writing letters. All right, now you know what we're doing next? We're going to continue our porn. We're continuing our Marvel Cinematic Universe marathon with a review of Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
This is when things start to heat up.
Yeah, this is when they get hot.
This is the point in the timeline where I start to get really excited. I mean, I got excited before, I guess, but like I get excited for the greater picture at this point.
Oh, for the bigger picture of the MCU. I gotcha. So we're gonna start with this review of the Captain America: Winter Soldier. Steve Rogers currently lives in the nation's capital as he tries to adjust to modern times. An attack on a S.H.I.E.L.D. colleague throws Rogers into a web of intrigue that places the whole world at risk. Joining forces with the Black Widow and a new ally, the Falcon, Rogers struggles to expose an ever-widening conspiracy, but he and his team soon come up against an unexpected enemy. Unexpected, as in they didn't expect it. The enemy.
The enemy.
The enemy. I'm going to start this off by saying I like the opening with the jogging and the on your left joke. I enjoyed that.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, and there's a callback at the end to it, which I really loved.
Yeah, it was funny. I enjoyed that.
Did you notice this was the first like Disney disc that had like Disney promotion at the beginning?
No.
I believe it was. I could be wrong and just didn't notice it on the Thor the Dark World one because that one was a DVD I had.
Shit.
But the Disney promotion on this one seemed a lot heavier than
Thor. Thor definitely had the Blu-ray like go to menu like the thing that the Disney ones have where it has like you can scroll between menu previews or whatever and it goes right to the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I know it had that on Thor.
So I could be wrong, but this is the first one. This is the first one I owned on Blu-ray.
Yeah, you're moving up in the world.
The other
now.
ones I either watched on some sort of streaming service so I could have the higher quality, or I just watched on DVD.
So the Cap's list was pretty funny. I wrote down all the items on the list so you can read them because they were kind of funny.
Let me hear them.
His list of items were I Love Lucy, the moon landing, the Berlin Wall up and down, Steve Jobs, Apple, disco, Thai food, Star Wars / Trek, and Star Wars was crossed off, so you clearly got to that already. Nirvana, which I don't think Nirvana deserves to be on a list of things you got to get caught up on.
I mean, I like Nirvana. I definitely don't think it needs to be on this list.
No. And then Rocky, in parentheses, Rocky 2 with a question mark. So that was kind of funny to like a little thing you could pause and look at and see what he needs to get caught up on.
You missed one.
No, I didn't.
The Trouble Man soundtrack.
That wasn't on the list in the beginning.
No,
that's too bad.
But then he added
it,
so
it wasn't on there. It wasn't. You didn't even get to see. He wasn't even finished writing it. See? So I didn't miss one.
I guess so.
Did you write down the list?
I did not write down
the list. Oh, you didn't, so shut your fucking mouth then. That's right.
Jeez. That's a little brutal, Dave. My feelings are hurt.
Shut up.
All right. So
you don't have feelings.
So next we got the action scene on the boat. So I can't wait to hear you talk about
so I'm going to talk to other things before that. I thought it was really cool how Agent Sitwell, what a dumb name, was set up. He was in Thor and Avengers before being in this movie. Did you catch him?
Which one was he?
The bald dude that was on the boat that was like at the end where they were.
Oh yeah.
He was in one scene in Thor and then one scene in Avengers, which was really cool because he had super tiny roles in those. You didn't really notice him.
Yeah.
And in this one, he had like a bigger role. That was really cool. They did that.
Yeah, I thought he looked familiar.
Dude, when I was watching him again, I'm like, this dude looks familiar. He did something later that mattered.
Dude, that's so cool when they do shit like that.
I know. I love it. I love when they do stuff like that. I thought the faraway shots of Cap running on the boat and fighting were really cool. Like, where they were panned out really far and you just saw him running and jumping and fighting. I thought that was really cool.
So, did you like this first fight scene then?
No.
No? Dude, there's a specific shot that I really enjoyed where he throws his shield through a window. And I guess it was probably meant for, like, 3D viewing. But, like, I even jumped because I wasn't, like, expecting it to come at me as quick as it did.
Dude, this whole movie, every time he uses his shield, all I can think of in my head is the line from Civil War where Spider-Man's like, that thing really doesn't obey the laws of physics at all. And I'm like, it's fine, whatever. It's a Captain America. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that was, I know what you're talking about. That was definitely a cool shot. See, otherwise, other than that, the shot from the boat, I thought that the opening act is a perfect example of the shitty directing and editing in the fight scenes in this movie. Camera shaking and moving around and quick cuts.
Dude, I think the only scene I ended up having like any issue at all with for the fighting was the one with Bucky on the bridge or whatever, where
under the street.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny.
That one was definitely the worst one out of them. Would you agree?
I thought that one was just as bad as the one with him and the dude in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. Like here's the problem with not shaky cam. I hate, right? The editing makes it so much worse when it's just quick editing. Like, they already have quick cuts that are, like, kind of hard to see because it cuts to this, to this, to this. And then they do something like this, where they cut to this shot, and I'm like, it's an underarm.
I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
This was from the one you were just talking about, the bridge scene. They cut to a close-up that was about half a second long of Bucky's arm doing something. Like... And the issue with this was from the boat scene where they cut to a close up of his foot, and he was like, I think, kicking Captain America. But here's the problem with these shots: you can't see what they are unless you pause and go in slow motion. Yeah. So as you're watching the fight scene, it's cutting to something you can't see what it is. So you're like, what the fuck was that? So it makes it even harder to watch it. So why do that? It makes me so mad. Like, there's no reason to put that in the movie.
I definitely see your point. Yeah, I definitely can't dispute it.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like you can argue with me, like, all right, well, even just the quick edits, which piss me off, like, I guess it serves a purpose in some way for your editing style, but don't cut to an underarm. Like, that's not accomplishing anything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah, that annoyed me.
I can't even put up a good argument against it.
And the thing with this movie is by no means the worst. There are a number of movies that have worse fight scenes in shaky cam than this. This is like, if Jason Bourne is a 10, this is like a fucking 4 in regards to bad shaking. You know what I mean? Like, it's not terrible and it didn't make me hate the movie.
Yeah,
I don't even know that it was my biggest problem with the movie, to be honest, because I have another big issue with the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what that is.
Yeah, it takes away from it. Because as we said in Black Panther, I don't want it to be a chore while I'm watching. I want to enjoy it. And there was so many cool things they did in the fight scenes in this.
That one with the Black Panther in the fucking jungle,
yeah.
like where you can't see shit, and it's like just the strobing gunshot.
I'm curious if that'll be any better when we watch it on Blu-ray, because I notice a lot of times when I watch something in a theater, it's really shitty, and then sometimes it's not as bad when you watch it on like a TV. So I'm curious if it'll be any better. But like a perfect example of something that was really cool was whenever Captain America held his shield up to a guy's head and just punched the shield. And just like fucking hit the guy in the head. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there's a lot of really little cool things he did with like moves and kicks and stuff that like are so great, and then I can't see what's happening and I get annoyed and it kind of ruins the scenes for me.
You like the fight choreography, but how you filmed it.
Dude, the choreography is amazing in that movie.
I'll agree. I definitely agree with that.
Dude, and what's even more infuriating is the choreography is so good. I want to see that shit. If I was a part of it and I was the stunt coordinator and I did that, I'd be like, motherfucker, I put all this work into it and you can't see half of it.
from what I remember, I do think it got better in Civil War. I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as this.
I don't remember having as much of an issue in Civil War, so I'm thinking it did too.
Because, I mean, the first thing I think of if for Civil War is that fucking airport scene, and I definitely didn't have any issues during the airport scene.
Yeah.
Is that all your notes on the shaky cam?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bundled it all together.
I didn't want to go back and forth between it.
Yeah.
Good call.
No, there's one more.
Okay.
This is a jump forward just to get it out of the way.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't know if you noticed this. Whenever Fury is in his apartment after he gets shot, dude, it looked like Michael J. Fox was running the camera for a minute. Dude, it was brutal. He lays on the ground and the camera's just like doing this shit everywhere.
I didn't even notice.
It was so bad. And then back to the boat. This is something I keep an eye out too, where I'm watching the movie. I'm like, I know I hate these directors. Whenever they showed the hostages for the first time on the boat, the camera is doing this for no reason whatsoever. People are talking, and this is the camera, and I'm like, why is it doing this?
Because they're on a boat, and the boat's shaking.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I don't agree with that they did it, but I think the feeling they were trying to create with it is that, like, it's such a hostile place to be right now. Having a camera there wouldn't make sense.
I think the reason I think they do it to make it seem more real, to make it seem like it's
like you're standing there. Like
it's a documentary thing.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch a documentary, the camera's always moving. They try to make it seem more real.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It was like when I reviewed Jason Bourne, I was trying to look at his cell phone and the camera was doing this, and I'm like, stop it! I want to see what his cell phone says. It just they do it for just for that reason. I don't know. I just hate it. But I think that's all. I think that's all for that.
Okay. What scene are we on next? So I'm at my next minute takes place whenever Stark's showing Cap the helicarriers. Is this I just have a note about a joke.
Oh, Fury, you mean?
What'd I say?
Stark? So Fury showed him
It's about Stark.
Oh,
so
yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny whenever he... and it was a real nice connection to the Avengers movie whenever he says Stark had an up-close look at the turbine.
I thought that was cool, too.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool that they mentioned that.
Like, yeah, there's the whole fucking thing, the whole fucking scene they did where Stark's getting stuck in there and Cap's even helping him out, so...
Yeah. I'm gonna... This is probably my biggest problem with the movie I'm gonna mention now, and... One big problem I have with this movie is the plot and a lot of the writing. Okay, the plot of this movie is the same plot from every Mission Impossible, every James Bond, and every spy movie ever. The fucking secret organization is corrupt. They make everyone think the hero is the bad guy. He goes rogue and they just go after him. Dude, this happened in every spy movie I've ever watched ever.
Do you wanna know why that I probably didn't notice this? It's because I don't watch Mission Impossible.
You don't watch this?
Yeah, I don't watch that.
Dude, like
you got to put a superhero in it for me to get involved.
Any movie that's not a superhero.
Yeah, any genre that I don't like, just throw it like Captain America in there and it's fine.
But dude, it's like, and they even do it in a lot of like fucking Jack Reacher is the same type of movie. Mm-hmm. Like even movies with military people were like, oh, the military is corrupt. It's like, dude, I've seen this a million times. It was just such a boring plot to me. I'm like, dude, this is so boring to me. To see this happen again.
Yeah, I personally wasn't as burnt out on the plot as you were, but I can see how that would be annoying.
So that annoyed me. And there was a lot of parts from like the writing. I'm like, that's silly and doesn't make sense and is dumb. This isn't like a big deal. It's just something I didn't get. I didn't understand why Captain America had such a huge problem with the gunships when he first showed them to him. It made no sense to me. These gunships are supposed to go into orbit and simply take out threats. It can analyze if someone's going to be dangerous, and if they're going to be dangerous, they can take out a threat. Uh-huh. Aliens fucking attacked Earth, guys. We fucking need some defense here. There should be orbital things all around Earth doing this. This is before Hydra even took over and decided to kill a bunch of good guys. It made no sense to me that Captain America was like, this is stupid. You guys are... I'm like, why? I mean, granted, yeah, like Hydra can get a hold of it. It can be used for evil. So can fucking Tony Stark's suits, which is what happened in Iron Man 3. So can all of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s tech. Anything can be used for evil.
It seems like they're... whoever wrote it was on the anti-gun boat, but like to an extreme.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't understand like why this is an issue, and it wasn't a big deal at all. But I'm just watching. I'm like, a lot of the other times it makes sense. Like in Avengers when he's bitching about, which I don't even know that made a lot of sense in Avengers when he was bitching about him making those guns. You know what I mean, with the alien powers.
No,
you don't remember that. This isn't Avengers anyway, so but yeah, that kind of stuck out to me. I'm like, dude, we need these. We should probably have these. These are a good thing, but
with fucking Fury.
Yeah, when he had them hidden or whatever, and he was using it, and that was even more of a thing where it's like, hey, we're telling you that we're using it for this, but we're using it for something we're not going to tell you. I think it was more of an issue they were hiding it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they weren't disclosing the information.
Yeah. And he even shows them here, and I'm like, you need to just calm down, Captain America. Sometimes we do need guns. You use them yourself sometimes. So
he did use it in Avengers.
Yeah. This was the first time I've seen this. This is a personal note, but this is the first time I've seen the Smithsonian from DC in a movie since I went to it. Because I went there like last year when I went to that convention. It was really cool, like seeing him walking around the Smithsonian. Because I'm like, oh, cool, like I was there, and that was just a cool little thing for me.
Oh, do we see it again in? I don't even know what the Smithsonian looks like. Do we see it in Homecoming at all?
No, I don't think they. I don't know. I don't think they're within it. I think that was more just the Washington Monument stuff.
Okay. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
Which
it's
is
like
really
where the display was for like the suits and everything.
Which is really cool because I watched that movie right after I got back, which I was like, "This is cool." I was walking down that street, like that was really cool. Did you know? I did not know this at all. The scene with Peggy. Where she the scene where he's talking to her in bed and everything. That was not makeup on her face. That was fucking all CGI to age her.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that.
Dude, I would have bet $1 million that was makeup, and that looked amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it looks really good. And I thought that scene with Peggy is so much sadder having watched these in order and having recently saw the first one.
Yeah.
It was more impactful.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Dude, that's a really awesome thing that like these Captain America movies do. Like you see like this evolving story with like all, not just Captain America, but like all the characters.
Yeah.
Like you follow what happens obviously with Cap, but with Bucky, with Peggy. It's there's like this clique, this Captain America clique that you get to watch evolve throughout the movies.
Yeah, and that's another thing by the end of the review I'm going to bring up too is stuff with Bucky, which I love. But I liked the car scene with Fury. That whole sequence I enjoyed.
Yeah, I always think about that. Like as soon as you say Winter Soldier, that's like one of the first like scenes that come to my head.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool scene. I mean, that also had some of the stuff that annoyed me, but we're not getting back to that. But I thought it was cool to have flying cars in this world. Like, did you catch in there? He said
the propulsions. That's what that was.
They're like the flying systems were offline. Have we seen a flying car in any of these movies or no?
No, but I think they're from. I think I seen one in an advertisement for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But
oh, really? That was kind of funny. They had flying cars.
Do you know that on? I guess I can bring this up later. I just had some fun facts I just kind of pulled up, but I'll bring those up at the end.
Oh, cool. I like fun facts.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until like whenever I was just at work and about to leave work to come to your place. There's like a whole subreddit that's dedicated to specific like really in-depth movie details. Oh. And I just looked up the Winter Soldier one. Yeah, we'll go back.
I'm curious what you think about this because I'm kind of. At first, when I wrote it, I really felt this was true, but now I'm not sure. Like, do you? I feel like it takes away that like they killed Fury and then he wasn't dead. Do you think it would have been cooler if they killed him off and just legit killed him off in the movie to make the movie overall better and more impactful? Because I feel like...
Boy, this is a rough question.
I know. And especially since we've barely seen him since then anyway. I don't think we need him anymore. He might as well have been killed off because he's not in it. I feel like it would have been better if they just would have left him dead. And you find out that he was killed because of Hydra to make that even more of a big deal. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really see him. I mean, unless they have some sort of plan for him in this Infinity War movie, but we don't know.
I'm not a big fan of people being killed and coming back. I think it's such a cop-out.
I'm gonna say it would be a little more impactful if he got killed here.
Yeah.
They should have I guess they should have left him dead.
Even the way they did it with him watching him in the operating room and then seeing his dead body, it's like, isn't the perfect way to end it? Like, you know what I mean?
Like they would have to stretch it like they did in order to get the you to believe he's still alive without it not making sense.
Yeah.
They did it somehow.
So I did like how the safest place that Captain come up with on the fly to hide this flash drive is behind 3 packs of bubble gum in a vending machine where if you simply walk past and glance, you'll see it's right there.
It's a bit of an iffy decision. Dude, you'd have to be looking for it, but who would think to look for it there, though?
Dude, you could simply be getting candy and see it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like a supervillain's looking for a flash drive. Why would he stop at the vending machine for candy?
I mean, there's a number of other places you could have put it, also, that where people wouldn't just buy gum and get it by accident. Or be like, dude, if I go to a vending machine and I see a flash drive behind a piece of gum, I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm going to put another 50 cents and get it. And dude, he clearly had to do it when the vending machine guy wasn't looking either, so he had a little bit of time to plan it.
Yeah.
Couldn't you have walked into a random room and shoved it up someone's ass or something for safekeeping? Anything but a vending machine. Come on, guys. That was silly.
So whenever Bucky kills Cap, or not Cap, kills Nick Fury, did you like how did you think it was foreshadowing that he caught Cap's shield the way he did?
Oh, that he would be Captain America?
Yeah, I think there's two really
shots in the movie that are supposed to do that.
Yeah, there's 2 really good shots that do that in the movie.
I didn't pick up on either one until I read them after the fact.
Okay.
But I after I saw the movie the first time, shortly after I was reading stuff.
Do you think it's a thing?
I hope it is.
That'd be so cool.
I mean, I hope it is. It should be.
I saw a theory that because there's been theories that Falcon will pick up the mantle as well.
I don't like that.
I'm also seeing theories that they both do it, and they both do it in a different way, but they both do it to honor Cap. How do you feel about that?
I think I'm not a huge fan of Falcon. I think he's all right.
I think Falcon should just be Falcon.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to
That's
be
the thing.
America.
That's the thing about the whole fucking thing that they were doing with the diversity is. Why couldn't Falcon just be Falcon? Why can't you just make Falcon good? Why does Falcon have to have the Captain America name in order for you to make him a good fucking character? I don't understand it.
Well, yeah, so let's make Captain America black. Let's make Thor a girl. Let's make Spider-Man black. Let's
Why don't you just make a fucking good character of that fucking diversity?
Well, it's the exact same argument with how I talk about making characters gay, like in Star Trek and stuff. It's like, just make a gay character.
Just make your own character.
Yeah, don't turn someone gay just so gay people be like, cool, he turned gay. But
he turned heel.
So okay,
Except it's gay.
The whole boat and why it was hijacked and all that shit. This was so retardedly convoluted, it's ridiculous. So they rescue the hostages from the SHIELD boat, right? Fury is also trying to get data from the boat. Fury actually hired pirates to hijack the boat. So this way Fury can send a rescue team so he can have Black Widow go along to get the data because Fury suspects the boat's dirty and they're doing bad things on the boat. Like, why didn't he just send Black Widow to go to the boat to get the data? Like, this is because as I'm watching this, I'm like, every time I watch this movie, I always forget how this makes any sense with this boat stuff and why Fury hired pirates. I'm like, this shit is so convoluted, it's insane. Like, there's this big, long explanation of all this unnecessary bullshit when you could have simply just sent Black Widow to go get the data. At the end of a movie, she's wearing a fucking little face thing so she can be anyone she wants.
That's true.
She couldn't just go on the fucking boat and get the data.
You can't throw a face thing in there and not expect it to. It's such a fucking crazy tool to have. You can't expect that not to fuck with your plot.
Yeah, because as they're updating me on this boat situation, I'm like, this is getting out of control, man. This is that was another example of them just this is just so convoluted, this writing. But another thing I have a problem with, why is Captain America not always having sex with Black Widow every second of the day?
That's a plot hole right there.
It clearly is. He should be fucking her super lots. She is so hot. I really love the car scene with them too. With them in the car, them just talking.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I wish that they ended up together instead of her and Banner. I really do.
We don't even know if they're going to end up together. They might abandon that.
Especially with what like they're probably abandoning it. I wish they just would have made them a thing. Because I really like their dynamic, like, a lot.
Dude, I don't think they'll abandon it. I think that they'll.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we'll see Banner and Widow together. Dude, I told you the Fury car chase is something I always think about. The other thing I always think about is the fucking elevator scene.
Oh, yeah.
The elevator scene's so much better than the Harley Quinn's elevator scene.
I don't even remember Harley Quinn's elevator scene.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Dude, I don't like the elevator scene just because I can't tell what's happening. I'm being honest, dude. Whenever it happens, I'm like, this is probably cool.
Do you at least like the badass line? He's like, oh, well, before we start, does anyone want to get off?
I like the build to it a lot. Yeah. I like how he's looking at them, and I'm like, but then I get to the end of it, and I'm like, okay, this is dumb. How did he just stop all these guys? I'm like, he probably did in a good way. I just couldn't tell.
That's like, Captain America. He just bought them.
Yeah, there's also 9 of them that could just hold him down. But I'm like, if I watch it happen, I'm probably like, okay, they are all trying to attack him. It's like when I watch wrestling and 6 guys are running and they all wait to attack him.
I was picturing that in my head as you were like explaining up to that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think it's a cool concept and a cool scene. I just don't like the actual like action in the scene. And I liked when I was listening to the commentary, they were talking about how when he jumps out the window, and that's when he lands on the ground, right? And they were explaining how Captain America jumps out and lands on the ground with his shield, and he lands on the shield. And they were like, well, the reason he can do that is because the shield absorbs vibration, so it broke his fall. And I'm like, that's kind of a little cool thing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't he just go splat on top of the shield? But yeah, that's cool.
Let's see. Something about Howard Stark's death. Does it sound familiar?
Was it in the scene in the bunker?
Yeah, I think yeah, because it comes up in there, and then it's really cool how that hints like you wouldn't know to look for that then, but like if you saw Civil War already, you know, you know what that means.
Yeah, I think the whole concept that Hydra has been active for 7 years hiding in S.H.I.E.L.D. is dumb. I just find it silly that like there's this evil organization that kills anyone that finds out, and they just never got exposed ever. You're filled with this organization with the best spies in the world, and they just don't notice this happening. Like, it just seems so silly to me.
They've been infiltrated.
And not a single spy did what Fury did and picked up on it and came up with a plan in 70 fucking years. I mean, it just seems silly to me that like they've just been hiding.
Dude, people have not noticed more obvious things before.
Like we're talking about in real life?
Yes, like 9/11's an inside job.
Yeah. That's because they refuse to accept it. We're talking about the superhero world where good people are actually good.
Yeah, I got you. I
just found that was like silly.
Dude, I could really go for some chicken nuggets right now.
Chicken nuggets.
Some dinosaur shaped chicken nuggets.
Is this a reference to something?
No, I got really.
You should come closer and talk louder.
I got really hungry all of a sudden.
Yeah, I like chicken nuggets.
I think the mic's not working tonight. It's worked far better for me being further away before.
I mean, not whenever you're like sitting here.
I think I'm just looking in the wrong direction.
That does it too. Did you find out about the Szechuan sauce?
No. Oh fuck! You just reminded me.
You gotta look into
that. I need to stop there.
I have a note about the bunker. Are you ready for my note about the bunker?
You can just tell me.
Okay.
Yes.
So this really confuses me. Follow me here. They go into this bunker, right? That looks like it's already partly underground. They go into an elevator. They go at least like 3 to 4 stories down. You watch the elevator go down. So they're at least like, 30, 40 feet underground. So the missiles coming, they just stay in the same room and go into like a little hole in the floor. It gets blown up.
That little hole in the floor made all the difference.
It's not even that. Like, it gets blown up. Captain America was one piece of debris and he's above ground. You were just 40 feet underground, bro.
They blew all the ground away.
No! You saw the surface. They were this far in the ground. They're 40 feet underground. That's very far. It made no sense. It's so silly.
I don't even know how you caught that. You catch shit all the time, and I don't notice that shit.
Dude, I watched him go down an elevator, and then I watched him move a piece of debris and stand up and be above ground. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, at all. I was telling Ben about this. He's like, dude, I didn't think of that, but that is retarded. I'm like, he didn't catch it either.
Yeah,
but it's like, it's so retarded. It makes no sense.
You'd really have to be like paying attention to where they're walking. Like, I didn't really have the map laid out in my head. I just knew they're
inside and they go down.
Inside.
It's not that hard to.
I just like wasn't
down.
paying attention. I'm like, oh, look, a secret door, and there's computers.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to the elevator itself. I didn't.
Yeah, I just don't understand like how he was just there. Because as I was watching, I was like, wait a minute, weren't they like really far underground? And it just didn't matter. I was like, whatever.
You're a lot better at detailing than me.
But that's the thing, though. This seems like it's obvious. I didn't notice it the first time I saw it.
Dude, you say shit all the time that it seems really obvious to you. I'm like, I didn't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it just seems like if you go underground and then you're not underground anymore and you're just magically not there, it just seems obvious.
You're just really good at noticing details. Dude, I remember you commented last on Thor the Dark World how that was like the perfect level comedy for you. This movie was the perfect level of comedy for me.
I don't remember. If I think of this movie, I don't think of funny at all. Right. I cannot name... Other than the opening joke, right now, off the top of my head, I cannot name one funny joke right now off the top of my head. I'm not being it. I just really can't. This movie in my head is like, I just remember this as completely serious and nothing funny, except for the opening. I mean, there clearly were jokes, but none of the jokes in it were funny enough to me to like stand out at all.
It seemed more towards the serious side. But like at least for a Captain America movie for me, like this was like exactly what I needed it to be.
Yeah, I don't find this like to be really funny.
I didn't find it like I'm not saying it's a comedy.
Yeah, you said the perfect amount of humor. I don't even remember any. Is what I'm saying.
Right, that it was fine.
So it wasn't funny.
I was more focused on the story. I'm not saying it was funny. That's like saying
yeah, but
it's exactly what I'm saying.
No, you're saying it had the perfect level of humor. So why don't you say it didn't have any?
Had some in it still. It wasn't none.
Yeah, so it was funny.
There were chuckles here and there, and I was
comedy,
there were chuckles here and there, but like nothing that distracted me from
and I said I found no humor. And you're like, yes, I know that was fine. And I'm like, no, you said you found humor. I said that I found no humor in it that I remember. Yes, I'm saying like I don't remember any humor at all. It just seemed like a serious movie to me.
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just said you found humor, so no. Don't agree with me that I say there's no humor because you found humor.
I found a amount. Very subtle amount.
Yeah,
Very subtle.
The
humor was subtle.
Yeah. So.
Subtle humor.
Very subtle humor.
I feel like most of the Marvel movies lean towards like the comedy side. Like, did you see the article that announced that Captain Marvel is going to be an action comedy?
And I was like, all right, it's going to be a Marvel movie.
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
I felt like this wasn't an action comedy. It was just an action movie.
Yeah. I would agree.
Do you see what I'm saying now?
Yeah. I was just getting confused because like when you said it had the perfect amount of humor, you're implying it's funny because it has humor. Yeah. And then you're saying, well, no, the perfect amount of humor is not really having hardly any.
Yes.
In this one, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Yeah, I
look into your eyes more.
Yeah.
Stare right into your eyes and your soul.
So the Stephen Strange thing, let's talk about that.
That's my next note, is the Banner and Doctor Strange mentions were cool.
Well, I like that they mentioned them, but the thing is, if this takes place before Doctor Strange,
and how dare you say that I pick out details? This is picking out a detail.
Dude, but it's an Easter egg for the time, and there's a timeline that we're following. We're watching these movies in this order, so that's why I'm noticing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool, they mentioned Stephen Strange. Wait, why is Stephen Strange a threat to Hydra? I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that, to be honest. I mean, clearly what happened was they were like Doctor Strange coming out and mentioned his name. They didn't put any thought into it. You know what I mean?
They just they didn't think about it. It's like the Gauntlet that was in. Did we see that already? We saw that already, huh?
It was in the first Thor, but you can't even really see it unless
I don't even remember
pausing and shit.
Really?
Dude, you gotta like pause and zoom in or something. Yeah, I don't think it's noticeable unless you specifically look for it. But is there a chance that Doctor Strange is happening when this movie's happening?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, it could be possible.
Should we pause and look up a timeline real quick, or?
Dude, I feel like that's gonna be a long look up.
Okay.
We tried to make sense of timelines with them in the past. It's like a project.
I heard there was an official one announced recently, and it placed Homecoming in 2020. But see, here's the thing about that: if Homecoming's in 2020, Infinity War almost has to take place after that. You know what I mean?
It definitely does because he has new tech.
Yeah.
So it clearly does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know that we're gonna have to go through and look at them because I think if you follow the timelines and when you get to Civil War is supposed to be right before Homecoming or around Homecoming, right? It has to be around the same time, right? Because he gives him the suit.
I think it takes place almost was it directly after? Maybe.
I think it was. I think it's something a month or two later.
He seems like he's pretty used to the suit whenever the movie starts.
For some reason, I feel like there was some line where it mentioned something about a couple months.
Yeah.
Something like that. Which I think if we follow it, we're gonna find Civil War is not taking place in no fucking 2020 if you go in order. You know what I mean? I feel like
not Civil War.
Yeah, but if it takes place right before Homecoming, it is.
It has to be in 2019 or something.
Yeah, like late 2019. So I feel like we're gonna be able to poke a hole in that if we follow the timeline. Which I guess I don't know when this one took place.
Civil War. So what comes out after Civil War? Let me pull up my thing here.
Your thing, your wiener?
Oh shit! I hit exit.
Exit your wiener.
Exit. Let's see. Civil War. Spider-Man: Homecoming is what comes out after Civil War. So.
Okay. Well, is there any indication of how long Bucky was gone between this and Civil War? I wonder if there's something like that where you know what I mean. It's been so long since you've seen Bucky. Because when is it? Would we know when Winter Soldier takes place? We're trying to sell me on the fact that Winter Soldier is 5 years later when they see Bucky again?
I would assume with the exception of Spider-Man: Homecoming that the dude Black Panther. I'm gonna have to move this. With the exception of Spider-Man: Homecoming, they're all the year that they came out.
Yeah, and that was 2014. So they're trying to say Civil War is 5 years after this.
Yeah, I
don't know about all that.
This is all fugazi.
It really is. We need to study this in depth after this or at some point before next week.
At some point, yes.
At some point. Oh, wait, back to this now. What are we doing here? What's the score here? What's next? I like Sitwell's death, how he pulled out a window and threw into a fucking speeding truck. That's kind of funny. You remember that in the car? Bucky just grabs him, pulls him out of the window and throws him?
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
I didn't even realize who it was for a second, and I was like, "What? You already explained this to me." Yeah. I fucked up.
I liked how in the Cap Bucky fight on the street, there's this noise that starts in the background that slowly gets louder and louder and louder and builds till the mask comes off and he sees who he is. That was really well done. You know what I'm talking about? I thought that was really cool how they did that. Because as I watch, I've seen it before. I'm like, dude, I'm waiting for the reveal because I hear the noise building and building.
Dude, I love all this stuff with how he's asking questions I think I know him. I think I know him. The stuff like that. I don't know. It really helps that relationship with him and Cap. And
yeah,
you really fucking care about the villain here.
Dude, I liked how they tied in the scene from the first movie with Bucky when he's being experimented on, and then how and how he mentions how whatever they did to him, I guess must have helped him survive the fall.
Yes,
and then they show that he was cryo frozen, so it explains how he's still alive after all these years.
Yes.
I thought that Black Widow said the Winter Soldier had been around for 50 years. So I kind of confused.
Did she?
Yeah, because she mentions all these things that have been going on for years and years. How there's all these stories about this ghost, whatever. But then I guess they could have just been freezing him and unfreezing him when they need him, right? Yes, that makes sense. They could just do that. I wonder how he was super frostbiter. That's why he's in Wakanda so long. They gotta fix all that frostbite.
I don't have anything until when they reveal that Hydra is in S.H.I.E.L.D. To the other characters.
Oh, okay. I never noticed before. Did you notice that Bucky is in a bank vault when they're brainwashing him?
Yeah,
dude,
all the drawers that are open.
Yeah, they show an establishing shot of a bank, and then they're in the vault, and I
can't remember the establishing shot.
I never put two together, and it's just funny. They're just inside of a bank vault brainwashing this villain. It just seemed kind of funny, but it makes sense. What safer place to have him?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go with yours now.
Dude, I love Cap's speech over the intercom.
Yeah.
And that leading up to the guy who stands up to Crossbones, who's not Crossbones yet.
And I was always like, why didn't Crossbones just do it himself in the first place, since he does it himself after he pushes the guy over?
Yeah.
He's like arguing with him, just press the buttons. But I like that he gave the speech because he's not just walking in like, fuck all you guys, I don't know who's who. He's like giving them a chance to like get away or help him so you know not to kill him. You know what I mean? He's like, just that speech is saving so many lives of like the SHIELD guys. That was cool.
Yeah, I just really love that guy standing up to them too. Like.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have. So.
No, I wouldn't have the balls to. I mean, if Captain America was real and he told me to, I probably would. But that's a different world.
I probably still wouldn't have though. Because then I'd be dead, and then Captain America would still be a super soldier.
He'd still be alive and fine.
Yeah. What do you have after that? Because I'm on this scene with the council coming in there, and he. Well, this is about the same part where the council finds out that Robert Redford's a bad guy. What are you doing? Why do you think that was a good idea?
I don't know.
He's making an announcement. Dude, I love Robert Redford's face when he says it. They look at me just like, it's so subtle and funny.
He doesn't care.
He's like, it's whatever.
Hey, you're gonna figure it out in a few minutes anyway.
Every time I watch this movie, I forget that older councilwoman is Black Widow in disguise. Every time. Because she starts fighting, I'm like, wow, these council people can kick ass. And I'm like, oh yeah, it was Black Widow. I forget every time I watch it that that's her.
Dude, Falcon in this movie, whenever he finally breaks out the wings, he's really badass in this movie particularly.
Yeah, he's pretty cool with it. He's cool with it. He's definitely good with them, that's for sure. Apparently he knows some military guys. He either smuggled the file out of the military when he left in his pants, or he knows somebody. I'm like, he just had it at home, the file on the things. But, dude, why did Fury's retinal scan work when they said they erased it? This always confuses me. Is it because it's his retarded eye?
They just didn't delete his extra eye.
Which is they're dumb, I guess. I don't know. That seemed weird. And it's because they make it out to be like a big reveal. He's like, you got to keep both eyes on. And I'm like, oh, they're just dumb and forgot to erase your retarded eye, I guess.
It's a weird thing, but I'm like, okay, cool.
It just seems like it's supposed to mean more than it does or something the way they reveal it. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
maybe I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's what I think every time, which is why it's a note.
Do you notice on Fury's... this was one of the things I pulled from that Reddit.
Is this on his tombstone?
Dude, on his tombstone, the verse that they put on there is his verse from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
It is really cool. They were talking about it in the commentary too, how cool it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you watched the commentary, so you probably heard more things than I did.
I did. I thought they did a great fucking job with Cap and Bucky's relationship in the movie. Like, they show the flashback with his parents after both of Cap's parents are being dead, and Bucky's like, always be there for you, like building it, and then to the point where like Cap's willing to die because he won't fight Bucky anymore, and he's just punching him in the fucking face, and then Bucky pulls him out of the water. Like the whole thing, I thought was just so well done.
Dude, the Cap Bucky stuff is arguably I can't even think of anything right now that could compare to it. It's arguably my favorite relationship in the entire fucking MCU.
In the movie for
MCU,
me. Yeah, I love it in this movie.
In the MCU, even though I'm saying.
Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't.
Do you have any? Whose relationship's better?
I like the Thor. What's her name? Relationship a lot.
Sif?
No, Jane.
I hate.
Dude, I love that. That's one of the reasons I love Thor so much. I mean, you just like two men. It's fine. You can like two men's relationship.
Yeah,
I'm not judging on this. It's fine. I just like a guy and a girl. I'm old-fashioned like that. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you have the initial setup for it in fucking First Avenger with his friendship with him. Then you have the he dies in there, so you get to see Cap go through those emotions, and then he has to fight his friend in this movie. And then in the third movie, he goes back to like protecting his friend and trying to prove his friend's innocence.
Yeah, this is true.
It's like the whole Captain America thing is about their trilogy is about their friendship.
Yeah, people get brainwashed and fight their friends all the time. It's just a spy movie thing. This happens.
It's relatable.
It is. You got brainwashed one time. I had to punch you in the eye.
I was like, "Oh, my eye, Dave."
You're like,
I remember your Dave now.
It's okay. My eye's fine. I like the montage at the end where they're showing what happened to all the characters, like Hill going to work for Stark. She went to Stark Human Resources or something. Like Sharon's working at the CIA. I thought was cool. They tease Crossbones with him in the ambulance. You're like, oh, he's not dead.
Yeah.
He's probably coming back for something really important later.
And you see that one kid went to college and didn't become successful, and then the Animal House music played.
Wait, what is it? What are you
Animal House.
I never saw that movie.
At the end of like old like 80s movies, they would like go to each character and freeze the screen.
Oh yeah, the 80s is a blur from all the cocaine. I don't remember it that well. But I kind of know what you're talking about. I like the post-credit scene a lot with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I really like that scene just like because you get to see him for the first time.
It's exciting.
Yeah. So that, I guess, do you have anything else for this movie? This movie film?
Can we? I'm gonna plea again that we please get to skip Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
That's a bummer. I'd like to give it another try. I think I've only seen it twice.
We gotta finish this movie. Let's rate it. Let's do our ratings.
Ooh.
And then after that, we're gonna follow up with our new Infinity Stone segment where we catch up what's going on with the stones.
Okay.
And go.
I would like to keep Captain America, the First Avenger, at number 1 with 10 Sparkle Dogs.
Oh, cool. Mike heard that part at least.
I'm going to keep the Avengers with 9 Sparkle Dogs at number 2. Iron Man, 9 Sparkle Dogs, still going to stay at number 3.
All right, you're still doing good. You're not retarded yet. Keep going.
Okay.
Fuck you. That's what you're thinking in your head.
The Incredible Hulk, 8 Sparkle Dogs. Number 4 still.
They have so many good movies.
Mm-hmm.
They did anyway.
We're on 5 out of my 10 so far, and it hasn't dropped below 8.
Yeah.
Did I say Incredible? I said Incredible. Black Panther, 8 Sparkle Dogs. That's number 5. Number 6, 8 Sparkle Dogs, is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That's number 6. Number 7 is Thor with 8 Sparkle Dogs. Number 8 is Iron Man 2 with 7 Sparkle Dogs. Number 9, I almost forgot to move them down. I got confused. Number 9 is Iron Man 3 with 5 Sparkle Dogs. And number 10 is Thor: The Dark World with 4 Sparkle Dogs.
See, our lists are very similar in regards to rankings, not necessarily the movies, but... Okay, I have number 1, The Avengers, with 10 Sparkle Dogs. Number 2 is Captain America: The First Avenger with 10 Sparkle Dogs. Number 3 is Thor: The Dark World with 9 Sparkle Dogs. Number 4 is Thor with 9 Sparkle Dogs. Number 5 is Iron Man 2 with 8 Sparkle Dogs. Number 6 is Iron Man with 8 Sparkle Dogs. Number 7 is The Incredible Hulk with 8 Sparkle Dogs. Number 8 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier with 7 Sparkle Dogs. I can't believe I only have one with 7. Number 9 is the Black Panther with 5 Sparkle Dogs. Number 10 is Iron Man 3 with 3 Sparkle Dogs.
You have yours added in already? Let me look at it. I'm a visual learner.
Dude, we both have 7 with nothing below 8 Sparkle Dogs on both of ours. Then we both have a 5, and then you just have a 4 and I have a 3. They're very similar overall. Like,
yeah.
Our love for the MCU is very similar. Do you have 2 10s now or just one? Just one so far.
Yeah, I'm not going to have 2 10s yet. There is an upcoming one.
All right. Oh.
It's Ant-Man. Oh. It's Ant-Man.
They don't do negative 10s.
No. Well, I thought it counted still.
You're confused. It's a 10. You're not wrong about that.
So, Seth Rollins has the Reality Stone, right?
Yeah. He's also the King Slayer, so he's in Game of Thrones as well.
Nice.
That's so dumb. They just completely ripped that off from Game of Thrones and started calling Seth Rollins the Kingslayer. It's so stupid.
I didn't know that was a thing, so I'm not going to do it.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Every week when we review a movie, we're going to update the whereabouts of the Infinity Stones and what we know is going on with them.
All right, this one really shook everything up, so.
Yeah, it did. It changed everything. It Black Panthered the stones.
The Space Stone? What the fuck is that?
I thought you read comics.
That's such a dumb name, the Space Stone.
Well, think about it. Space is nothing. So it's the Nothing Stone.
Are you sure it's called the Space Stone?
Yes, go ahead and look it up. It's called the Space Stone. Go waste our time, Gable. Look it up.
What power does that give you?
Look it up. Look it up. It's called the Space Stone.
The power of space?
Yes. Yes, it gives you the power. Well, the Power Stone gives you the power of power. So that gives you.
That makes sense. Infinity.
The Soul Stone gives you the power of someone's soul. That makes perfect sense.
Infinity. Damn it.
Why
don't you read these while I look this up?
No, we have to wait. We have to wait patiently. We're 2 hours in. We're not losing any listeners at this point. They're in it for the long haul.
Yeah, I mean, that is the Space Stone.
Yeah, that's weird. That's told you it was. You just didn't want to listen to me.
I don't understand. That's such a dumb name.
This was Ben and I had this discussion. Ben and I had a discussion about how, like, we talk about something, you don't believe me, and look it up, and I'm right. Remember how we were talking about
Dude,
that?
I made a post about that. Did you see it?
Dude, that had me laughing so hard.
It's so true.
It had me laughing so hard. And then Ben was like, well, that's just because Gable's dumb. No, he didn't say that. But because I was having an argument with Ben, I looked up and I was right. And he's like, yeah, I don't think you're right that much, though. I was like, whatever, dude. But so what's going on with the Space Stone?
It is contained in the Tesseract and is currently located on Asgard in the trophy room.
Yeah, now keep in mind, people, this is where these things are as of Captain America Winter Soldier. Oh. The Fart Stone is the Mind Stone is contained in the Scepter and currently in the possession of Baron Wolfgang von Strucker and Hydra.
Von Strucker.
All right, I'll go again. The Reality Stone.
I didn't know we were taking turns, you piece of shit. Is contained in the Aether and is currently in possession of the Collector because that's the safest guy to have it.
And the Reality Stone is the only stone that's in liquid form right now, which is interesting.
No. Wait, what?
The Aether's a liquid, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. It's contained in a liquid. You think it's just floating around in there?
It's the Reality liquid.
Yeah. The Power Stone, no information. Time Stone, no information. Soul Stone, no information. 3 stones, we don't know what's going on with them yet.
I'm calling that Soul Stones underneath the bushel of heart flowers or whatever it's called.
Okay, in my opinion, if it is, it's retarded. They didn't do anything with it in Black Panther. Then that's stupid. That's really stupid. That should have been a post-credit scene. There's no reason it shouldn't have been.
It should have been a post-credit scene. I don't think you needed to make it part of the movie.
It shouldn't have been like a focus or anything.
No, yeah.
But it should have been. It should have made it known.
The post-credit scene definitely could have done that.
They should have made it known for sure.
You're not ruining the integrity of the movie at all if it's the post-credit scene.
Especially since the post-credit scenes were, you would probably even agree, the worst part of the movie.
Yeah.
They were stupid.
Yeah.
Although we didn't discuss this on the podcast yet about how there's rumors that they're going to make Bucky the White Wolf. That's what people online have been saying.
I don't even know what that means. I'm lost.
Yeah. In the Black Panther comics, there's this dude who gets adopted by the king, who is this white feller, and he gets raised and he turns into a superhero who's called the White Wolf, and he wears all white. I think he's a white guy wearing all white.
I think this rumor is nothing more than a nod to the comics.
I hope it was just them being like, "Hey, nod." And then, because they call him the White Wolf, and I'm like,
whatever.
I hope it's not. He needs to be Captain America, not a fucking Black Panther hero. And this just worries me because, like, the Black Panther is really, like, I don't know. There's not a lot in the Black Panther to appeal to the KKK right now. If you put the White Wolf in there, it gives them something to hang on to.
There you go.
Yeah. Those guys are a bunch of assholes anyway.
I just don't see any reason for them to add the White Wolf character in. I mean, it's obviously been a movie that's been very strong for the black community. So why I don't know, why throw this white character in there and create tension between... You're kind of being counterproductive.
Yeah, I really hope it's just like, hey, a nod. Like, hey, we mentioned that name.
Did you see the other rumor about who the villain for Black Panther 2 would be?
No.
Could be. Namor. You know who Namor is?
Yeah.
He's like their Aquaman. He's the ruler of Atlantis or whatever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, it kind of might make sense if you... Because from what I understand, Namor is owned by Universal, I believe. Well, it's like with Hulk, the distribution rights or whatever it is. So they could use Namor in a movie and not have to pay anything if it's not in a Namor movie. So it would make sense for him to be the villain in a Black Panther movie. And you'd also have the leader of two different nations going against each other.
The main thing I'm getting from this is someone needs to, like, talk to Universal about the characters they're negotiating their rights to.
Yeah.
They have the Hulk and Namor. They're like, we need Namor. We must have Namor. We're making our Namor movie. Do they have others, I wonder? They have to. They can't just have Namor and Hulk. That's dumb.
I saw someone made like a big graph and like that's all it was Hulk and Namor.
Why did they want Namor so bad?
I think there was this like really like bizarre XMen character that was out there in it as well, but...
Well, is Namor a bad guy in the comics?
He's a bit of a dick. He's not necessarily a bad guy.
He's not a villain.
He's not a villain, but he's a bit of a dick. He helps when he can.
So he's a superhero. He's just a dick.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we're done. That's it. You know what we're going to be doing next week?
Guardians double feature.
Drugs. Are we doing a double feature still? Are we doing that? Are we doing one separate episode?
Well, here's another reason why we should do it, because the fucking movie got moved up a week.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. That's a good call. So we'll still have that bonus week. All right. So next week we're doing our news. We're going to cover some real bullshit, maybe some more comic reviews if someone else wants to pay us to do them. No, we do them for free.
We do them for free, but you have to give us the product as well.
Yeah. And then we're going to be reviewing Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. Yeah. And just keep an eye out for another wrestling episode dropping at some point. That's it. Make sure you go to our YouTube and plug our YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Breakroom BS.
I have it here. The property rights.
We're going to go off there reading it. Hold on.
Okay.
Breakroom BS, subscribe to that. Links to everything's on there. Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Our Twitter is at Breakroom BS1. Go on there. If you want to go to SoundCloud and listen, go on there, Breakroom BS. And that's it. Now you're going to give us some info. Go.
It's not loading.
Oh, boy. You are so ill-prepared.
This one over here that is loading has like Man-Thing over in Lionsgate. Namor's the only one who's in the Universal Pictures bubble.
Is Hulk not there anymore?
From my understanding, Hulk still is. I think that whoever made this one's just not right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only... I need this one to load. That's the issue here.
No. We can't really hear you anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, even these ones also only have... Let's see that there. Hulk, General Ross, Betty Ross, Namor, Abomination, the Leader, and She-Hulk are all under the Universal's belt.
Is Namor supposed to be part of Hulk? Like, was he ever like?
No, I don't understand how they acquired him.
They're like, we'll give you all Hulk and then Namor, as a bonus.
I wonder if there was like some really like shitty like movie that they made that they just
maybe there's some kind of legality with like something he was in with Hulk or something.
Or maybe they bought it in plans to make a movie, but it just fell through.
Well, yeah, man, they obviously they wouldn't have bought it if they weren't going to make a movie. But it's like, I don't know why you'd be like, we're going to do a Hulk movie, then we're going to do a Namor movie, and we're going to make tons of money.
You know what's really funny is that they put Stan Lee as a character just by himself over there.
That's kind of funny.
Because he is in all the movies. So.
He is there. They should have a big circle, though, around everything with him just in it, too.
Dude, have I talked about on air my theory for the Venom movie?
No.
My theory,
Maybe.
I'm calling it now. I want it recorded now. In case it happens and everyone be like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about.
It's going to be so funny if all of our stuff gets recorded or erased while you're doing this and it freezes. Go.
Should I stop?
Just do it.
Oh, okay. So at the end of Infinity Wars, I think the post credit is going to be like something like the symbiote coming off of like the Guardian ship while it's like on Earth. Maybe not this Infinity War. Maybe in the second. Well, I guess it wouldn't make sense. It had to be in this Infinity War. And you find out that the Venom movie, the Tom Hardy Venom movie, is actually part of the MCU. I'm calling this right now, and I think they originally meant to have this movie be a surprise, and Sony fucked up and announced it. And they're like, we'll just tell them it doesn't tie in. That'll make sense. We'll tell them it doesn't tie in. And that was their them trying to cover it up. And then, yeah.
I think you're completely wrong because it's too good to be true to me. That would be so
great. I know.
Great.
That's my theory.
That would be so great.
It makes sense for why Kevin Feige so like pissy with the Sony lady all the time. Yeah. Well, at least in that one interview.
That would be so great, dude.
Is what I'm saying like adding up though? Like, does that sound plausible? Is there anything like that would disprove this?
Why? Let's look at it this way. Why would Sony, if Kevin Feige was like, we're gonna put the symbiote, the only reason it wouldn't be tied in is if Feige and Disney doesn't want it to be. That's the only reason. Mm-hmm. Sony's not gonna be like, we don't want to be attached to your MCU with Venom.
Right.
All that would do is get them more money and stuff. So the question is, does Feige and Disney want to be attached to an R-rated Venom? Which is that even official?
What?
It's R-rated? I don't think they've officially said that. It's not
official. I mean, it's official that he said he wants it to be R. It's not official that it's rated R. You don't find that out until like a few weeks before the movie comes out.
Well, the director, I don't know that he said it's rated R and he wants it to be rated R. I think the only thing I ever found was the director said it's going to be done the right way. I don't think he even said that it was going to be R. You know what I mean? I think he was just kind of hinting at that, which I think everyone kind of has the understanding. Him saying that's like, I know what you're talking about, and him saying it'll be R. So I can't imagine it wouldn't be.
You know, he likes the Venom.
Who?
Finn Balor.
He does.
Prince Devitz.
So close.
Prince Davenport.
It's Prince Lion Tiger, you fool. All right, we're leaving now. Bye. Say bye.
Devitt. Bye.
Spanish for bye.